BBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Good evening.
8 o'clock in the morning, I'll have fish and a rice cake. At 10 o'clock, I'll have fish. At 12 o'clock, I'll have fish and a rice cake. At 2 o'clock, I'll have fish. At 4 o'clock, just before I train, I'll have fish and a rice cake. I'll train. I'll have me fish. I'll come home, have some more fish with a rice cake, and then have some fish before I go to bed.
We get the point. He likes fish. Good evening. 0870 90 90 973 is the phone number. So I bumped into Abby Titmus today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes. I bumped into Abby Titmus. I've met her before when she was filling in for James O'Brien, I think, here, or someone, anyway. And I got the two kisses, the double kiss on the cheek. Now, normally when I kiss a woman on the cheek, and this is, we can actually talk about this, I never know whether to go for the one or the two, so I always go for the one. And then I'm generally embarrassed because then they go for the second, and it's like, oh, I've pulled away, I have to come back in for the second. I was confident enough with Abby Titmus this afternoon to go in for the double kiss, the kiss on both cheeks. And she said, Iain, you're looking good. She remembered my name, and she said I was looking good. Now, if that is not a great way to, to end an afternoon, begin an evening. It was about 5 o'clock, 5:15, so that's, I guess, when the afternoon ends, evening begins. I don't know what is. If anyone else has had Abby Titmus tell them they look good today, 0870 90 90 973. I doubt it very much. But I tell you another thing I'm excited about. It's London Fashion Week! I couldn't give a stuff. I couldn't give a stuff about London Fashion Week. I don't really know what it is. And I know it was being mentioned on the news just then, which is, and there's charity stuff going on, which I suppose is good. But the only reason I knew it was London Fashion Week is because driving around here to park at the back of LBC Towers, there were these London Fashion, these branded vehicles, like big buses, and so I don't know if they were to shift. Oh, there's like a sort of talent place behind us. I don't know, a talent place, I don't know what that means, but there's where they have like models and actresses and things like that, so maybe that's what they were doing. But so can someone call up and tell me what the hell London Fashion Week is? It's just clothes, is it? I'm guessing it's just clothes. There's nothing more to it. It's just women who, let's be honest, are a little bit too skinny. Forget your size zeros and stuff like that, but just most models anyway. Actually, we all know, as gentlemen, don't we, that we like ladies a little bit, a rounder figure. A little bit more curvaceous. I bet you don't get none of that at the London Fashion Week. I bet you get naff all of that at London Fashion Week. So I don't quite know what it is. Are these phones broken? Chris, are these phones broken?
No, they're working.
I'm doing a damned good sell. I was like that bloke off of Coronation Street there. I'm doing a damn good sell here, Ashley. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, then you're more than welcome to. And if anyone is even vaguely excited or aroused or has any interest at all in London Fashion Week, I'm betting, and I will bet £5 whole here, I am betting that no one will call up this evening and say, do you know what, Iain? I'm really pleased it's London Fashion Week. I'm absolutely loving the fact that it's London Fashion Week. Because I like nothing more than London, I like nothing more than clothes, and I love 7 days. Maybe it's ticking every single box for you. I'd be surprised. So, what we need to know is... Oh, hang on, people there's a sniff of money up for grabs, and people start calling in now, dude. I see. That's how it works in the 21st century. I've got to say, well, I'm betting money, and then you call in. What I want to know is, what the hell is London Fashion Week? Is anybody even vaguely, remotely interested in it at all? Or is it just a load of overpaid models? Be careful what you say, because I know I do quite well in the payment stakes. Is it just a load of overpaid skinny lasses marching up and down, wearing, like bin bags and stuff? Bin bags. Do you know that there was a big thing for wearing bin bags? And about 1989, if I remember correctly. 0870 9090973 is the telephone number. I'm here till 10 o'clock. That's the number to call if you want to come on the radio. So far, we've mentioned Abbey Titmuss and London Fashion Week. There's other stuff as well. Maybe you have an agenda. I don't know. Good evening, Jim.
Hi, good evening, Ian.
Yes, good evening.
I wanted to try and get the benefit of your psychological experience. I know
Okay.
you were well up on that.
Yeah, I did a psychology A-level. I got a B.
I know, yeah, that's very good.
Yes.
I done a skydive a few months ago.
You went on a skydive?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I almost had a heart attack.
Right.
But I went through with it because I didn't know what to expect.
Yes.
I'm doing another one in a few weeks.
Well, well, hang on a second. So you went on a skydive and nearly had a heart attack, so you're doing another one?
Well, I enjoyed it, but
you're
it
an
was
idiot.
scary at the time.
Yeah.
But as it gets nearer the time, I'm beginning to think that the second one's going to be more difficult than the first.
Because you know what to expect.
I know what to expect.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't think you should. I think anybody who chucks themselves out of an aeroplane deserves everything they get and more. What a ridiculous way to spend your time. Where's the fun?
It's a challenge.
Well, what challenge? What? Here's a challenge. Stay at home and play a video game all evening. That's a challenge. That's a challenge I can rise to, and I can take that challenge on. Jumping out of an aeroplane?
It's like Mount Everest. Once it's there, so you want to climb it. It's a challenge, and so you want to...
Everest is there. I don't want to climb it. Aeroplanes are there. I don't really want to get in them. I certainly don't want to get out of them when they're up in the air.
Well, if some of your listeners have done this before, if they've done a second jump, maybe they could phone in and say if it's going to be harder or not.
Well, OK, when are you doing this jump, Jim?
Well, I think it's going to be about the 22nd or 23rd of October.
Oh, for God's sake. Well, OK, well, let's see if anyone has done a second jump. Is it harder than doing the first one? 0870 9090 973. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Ian. Good night.
There we go. Why would anybody... I'm going to have a bit of a rant. I'm in a ranty mood tonight because I'm hungry. That's what it is. As soon as I came in the studio, at 10 minutes to 7, 8 minutes to 7, it was 8 minutes, let's be honest. As soon as I came in, I just thought, oh, God, I've not eaten anywhere near enough today. All I've had to eat today was I had a late breakfast of beans, toast, poached eggs. That was fine. And then I had a sandwich from... where did I have that sandwich from? Oh, from W.H. Smith's. I didn't know Smith sold sandwiches. I went in there to buy some postcards to make flashcards to help me with the learning the Japanese. But I had sandwiches there. And that's all I've eaten. And as soon as I came in the studio, I just felt my stomach empty. Not empty, I felt it was empty. I thought, yeah, I have completely mistimed my eating it. Never mind, we'll make it. I'm not going to collapse during the show. Wouldn't that be something, huh? Anyway, 0870 9090 973. How do you get over the nerves of doing a second skydive? Is it worse than the first? What is the point of doing it? It's just the most ridiculous thing. John, you'd never do a skydive, would you?
Absolute bonkers.
Bonkers. Good choice of words there.
Why would anybody want to jump out of a perfectly good plane?
No, it's that and bungee jumps. You know, just get a life. Don't do it.
I was going to do one of them in Cyprus.
Oh, really?
But I run out of money. I spent all my money first.
Good, well done.
It was good. It was a sign I didn't go back.
Yeah, no, well done you for not doing it. But John, you've not called in about that. Are you a fan of London Fashion Week?
Yes, I was going to explain it.
Go on then.
It's about fashion.
Right.
Last week.
Yeah.
In London.
Right.
That's all I know.
And that's all you know, John.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you, John. I suspect that's all anybody's going to know about London Fashion Week. I know Naomi Campbell walk. That's a Beyonce song. I know that she's doing something. Well done. We'll go to the Traveller in a second. I was reading some artsy magazine, like you know these poncy, big, thick poncy magazines. Just because I was in a place and they had them. We were looking at them, and there were all these pictures in there. Naomi Campbell walk. She was doing a spread, right, like a photo spread. Oh, yeah, let's look at these. And then in some of them, you could see her breasts, and then in one of them, you could see her downstairs. Now, I don't want to get vulgar or anything, but I thought she was like a proper clothes model. Surely that's soft pornography, isn't it? What's the difference between, like, they were in black and white, so they would be considered art. What's the difference between soft porn and art? maybe we shouldn't go down that thorny subject. But 0870 90 90 973. It's time now to get the latest LBC 97.3 travel news.
And if you're heading onto the M1, there are 2 lanes blocked heading into town between junction 10 at Luton and 9 for the A5 because of an accident. It is causing serious delays in both directions, especially if you're coming up from the M25 interchange. Endymion Road in Haringey remains closed both ways following an accident which happened much earlier on this afternoon at Green Lanes, still causing big delays in the area there around Finsbury Park. Upper Clapton Road in Clapton is still solid approaching the roadworks just by the Lee Bridge roundabout, and delays around Tottenham because of roadworks on Ferry Lane just outside Tottenham Hale Station. The A13 in Barking has a lane blocked heading away from town. It's just by the slip road at Ripple Road and it's causing some queues there. And in Southwark, delays on Southwark Bridge Road. It's partially blocked both ways at Borough Road following an accident earlier on. Still problems continue on the trains this evening as well. Virgin and Silverlink County services in and out of Euston have been delayed by up to an hour because of a signal problem north of Milton Keynes. Silverlink Metro services, though, between Euston and Watford are still running OK. And checking the tube screens, no reported problems on the tubes at the moment, but the Victoria line will be suspended after 10 this evening again. LBC 97.3 travel. Your next update's in 15 minutes.
Does your mobile pick up FM? Remember, listen to London's LBC 97.3 when you're on the move.
Levi Roots has gone from selling his reggae sauce at the Notting Hill Carnival to selling it in supermarkets nationwide. If your business is based in central London, then you can get free expert advice, just like Levi. Whether it's how to access finance, increase sales or raise profits, find out more at enterprisecentral.co.uk or free phone 0800 032 0946. This service is available via support from the London Development Agency and the European Social Fund's Business London project.
Sebastian, your new ideas on BAC windows and doors. Yes?
BAC doors have high security locks, right? How about having a Ram Raider drive right into the door to demonstrate how tough a BAC door can be?
Because we're on radio, Sebastian. On radio!
BAC windows, doors and conservatories.
Call 0800 666 444 or go online at bacwindows.co.uk.
In media studies, they told us radio is the theatre of the mind.
Well, at least the production costs are cheaper.
Listen next week as The Big Quit helps you to finally quit smoking by offering all the daily advice, support and encouragement you'll need to go smoke-free. For that extra bit of help, subscribe to our Big Quit text support service. Text Big Quit to 81123 for daily messages sent direct to your phone to help you in your quest to stop smoking. Text to charge at your standard network rate. Text Big Quit to 81123 and join The Big Quit, supporting you in your quest to start a smoke-free life with LBC 97.3.
So, 0870 90 90 973. What the hell is the point of... it sounds like we're having a whinge. I've got some good things to talk about later on. But we've started off having... I started off with Abby Titmus. That was a good thing to talk about, but now we're in whinge mode, so stick with it and we'll be full of joy after 8 o'clock, maybe. Or maybe not, I don't know. So, London Fashion Week, what the hell is it about? Really? Really? And is anyone actually interested in it? How does it... It doesn't affect us. It doesn't affect me. Oh, there'll be trickle-down. There'll be trickle-down. Do you know what trickle-down is, Agent Chris? Any idea what trickle-down is?
I have no idea.
Alex, do you know what trickle-down is?
Trickle-down?
Yeah, it's not that.
Yeah, I was going to say...
No, don't say that.
Get a bit old.
Yeah.
Is it because... No, I can't bother to explain it.
I can't. Well, I can be bothered to explain it. And luckily, trickle down is where they have like the Ponzi clothes that the model on the catwalk that cost like £100,000, and then like 6 months later, Topshop have something similar for 20 quid. That's trickle down. It's a phrase I've just made up, but I reckon it fits properly. It works. So there'll be trickle down. But 0870 90 90 973. And for some reason, we're talking about skydiving, and it is the second jump harder than the first one. Luke?
Hi, Ian, you all right?
I'm excellent, thank you.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Well done. We've got that. Hang on a second. I believe that is the phrase that pays. Oh, hang on, where's the bell? Here we go, this is it. There we go. It doesn't actually pay anything, but well done for saying it.
I've always wanted to say that for some reason.
No, I remember when I used to listen to Robbie Vincent, like maybe 100 years ago, and Robbie Vincent, everyone would find out, hello Robbie, long-time listener, first-time caller, and he would get really annoyed with them.
Oh, no, actually, no, first time calling LBC, but not first time calling you. I've called you before and we've spoken.
Where? When?
Can I say who it was? Can I say what radio station it was?
Was it another radio station? Well,
Yeah, it was.
then I know which one it was, so you don't
know
need
which
to
one
say.
it was.
It
Yeah,
could only have been one other.
And no, you got me to speak a different language, but we won't go into that.
Oh, okay. I don't know what.
So yeah, I've done 2 skydives.
Yeah.
Okay, first time I did it in New Zealand,
Yeah.
and really good fun. I just kind of did it because I thought, well, something to do. I can tell my mates about it. They think I'm cool, and it was just kind of, it was good fun, but it was kind of over before it started. Have you done one?
No, where is the fun element of tossing yourself out of a plane? Steady on.
It's a build-up to it.
What he said there, London, was that you get a little bit scared by it.
You get a little bit
We've
scared.
done that, yes.
Absolutely right. But it's a build-up to it. That's the best part about it, because it's the adrenaline, and you get really, really nervous, but then it's over before it starts, and that's the best part of it.
But when you finish it, is there not like a massive sort of anti-climax? Like, that was it, was it? What do we do now?
No, you feel pretty good about yourself, and then your legs kind of turn to jelly because all the adrenaline kind of disappears, and then you think, oh, that was really good fun.
Did you do one of those dives where you're strapped to another man?
You have to.
Okay.
You can't do it any other way.
What?
You're not allowed to do it on your own the first time.
When can you do it on your own?
You have to get an actual kind of like a provisional license.
Okay.
And it's almost almost like a pilot's license.
Now, the question that was being asked is the second skydive more difficult than the first one because you know what to expect?
Well, no, because you know what's coming, so you kind of feel a bit better about it.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
It just it holds no mystery, no appeal, nothing.
I tell you what's much more fun.
Yeah.
Bungee jumping.
Oh God, this guy's a fruitcake.
Think about it.
Yes.
Think about it.
Yeah, go on.
Don't knock it till you try it, because it is really good fun.
Never ever going to try it as long as I live.
Right, you're standing on a bridge. You look down.
Yes.
There's a river, loads of rocks, and you're preparing to jump, and your body's kind of going, right, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
Yes.
You're not thinking about jumping, are you? And then it kind of starts getting really worried and starts getting you ready to do what it needs to do when you hit the bottom, or not. But then you jump, and it's a really big rush, much better than skydiving, because skydiving is kind of a bit surreal.
Yeah.
You know the ground's there, but you can't really see it, you know what I mean? It's not right in front of you, but yeah.
Luke, you're a mental, and I have no interest in doing any of those things ever.
But one more thing.
Yeah, go on, boss.
You said a few minutes ago that you'd take up a video game challenge.
Did I?
You did, yeah. You said that's a challenge that I would take. You were talking about video games.
Oh no, the challenge I would take would be to sit down and play games all evening.
Okay. No.
Well, what challenge are you prepared to set for me, boy?
Well, I'm prepared to challenge you to a video game of your choice. Okay.
Yeah.
You set the time and the place, and I reckon I can take you on.
All right, Rainbow Six online about 11 o'clock tonight.
PC or Xbox?
Oh, Xbox.
Oh,
can't you?
What am I going to do?
Oh, Luke, we'll end it there. We'll end it there, Luke. Sorry, it sounded like a coward's way. Oh, I haven't got an Xbox. Well, you set the challenge. You set the challenge, young man. You were unable to rise to the challenge. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number. Give us the thumbs up when everything's back to normal, please. Agent Chris? Yes, Sam?
Hello. I want to talk about fashion.
Turn to the left.
There are some fashion shows.
Turn to the right.
Croydon.
What, a fashion show in Croydon?
Yeah, they have them. And you know, Lorraine Kelly interviews the fashion guru. What's his name? He's quite short.
The Wayne Hemingway?
No, the other one.
Wayne Sleep?
No, there's another one.
Paul Hemingway?
No, in the morning.
Well, I don't watch Lorraine Kelly.
Yeah, but this is a...
Hey, guess who I saw in the office tonight?
Who?
Have a guess.
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, it was Nick Ferrari. Nick Ferrari came in. Now, I've only ever met Nick twice.
I know what he looks like.
No, so do I now. I could not stop staring at his teeth.
Abby.
A what?
Abby.
Oh, well, I met Abby as well, but I couldn't...
She came to the Whitgift in the phone shop.
The what?
The phone shop in the Whitgift Centre.
So Abby Titmus came to the phone shop. Did she say you looked good?
No, I
She
was
said
standing
that-
in the distance. I was letting all the men...
She said to me that I looked good.
I didn't say anything. I was
think I'm
going
in
to
there.
say hello.
Anyway, Nick Ferrari...
And also, I saw...
I'll tell the story in a minute.
I met Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen.
Wow, you've met all of the stars.
And Norman Wisdom came to the W.H. Smith and signed his autobiography, and Muhammad Ali.
Okay. So,
And you know the
don't
Boomtown Rats?
say
They had a recording
any
studio
more
outside our
names.
school, and all the punk bands used
Good.
to record. And
Don't say
you know
any more
what?
names.
I bought these
Say
trousers,
any more
and they were
names.
stripy, and I thought
She said
they're
stripy
nice stripy
trousers.
and
Yes.
then I realised they were pyjamas, and I was going round.
Right. Anyway, so what the hell? She was a real person, ladies and gentlemen. What I was trying to say was, so I'm in the office, and Nick Ferrari comes strolling in. Now, I've only ever met Nick twice, and only had very brief chats to him. I was talking to him about five minutes, say, Chris? 7 minutes.
I counted 8.
Oh, really? 8 minutes? I take back everything I said. What a nice bloke. Yes. Yeah, I know. How uncomfortable does that make me feel? I take back everything I've ever said. Came over to me, shook my hand. Then he was sorting some stuff out. Then he was waiting for someone who was messing around. And he came and sat down. And so, young man, young man, he called me. I haven't been called young man for a long time.
I really liked his aftershave.
Yeah, I did. He smelt fantastic. He looked great. Just lose a couple of pounds, Nick. Seriously. Just lose a couple of pounds and you will have it going. I promise you. I couldn't stop staring at his teeth. Chatted about his taxi thing. And that was it, really. But what a nice bloke. I take back everything I've ever said about him. Anyway, sorry. Off on a slight tangent there, London. Where the hell were we? Oh, yeah. 0870 90 90 973. Can anybody call in this evening? This is the challenge. And we had one person call in and do it, but I don't think he was taking it seriously. Can anyone call in and say, yes, Ian, London Fashion Week, I'm excited by it. I don't even know where the shows... I don't even know what shows are there. Can we go to a show? Am I allowed, as Joe Blow from Kokomo, to just go to a fashion show and watch it? Are you allowed to do that? And is it like the Edinburgh Festival? If you ever go to Edinburgh and the festival, there's like maybe... probably 200 shows a day. That's not an exaggeration. Probably about 200 shows, but probably even more than that, a day. Is it the same with London Fashion, or is it just like one show per evening? How does it work? And seriously, is anybody vaguely interested in it? I don't think so. But yeah, it gets all this press. 087. But Paul, one-word answer. We'll come back to you after the news. One-word answer now. Are you vaguely interested in London Fashion Week?
No.
OK, well, there we go. I think that... I think he said stick around. Stay there, Paul. We'll come back to you after the... news. 0870 90 90 973. And for God's sakes, what is the point in skydiving?
For more than a decade, Galliard Homes have proven to their investors that location, regeneration price and forward completions enable them to achieve maximum capital growth potential. Galliard now announce their latest riverside regeneration, bringing together all these elements in one superb development. New Capital Quay at Greenwich Waterside. New Capital Quay, located in one of London's fastest-growing regenerating areas, offers stunning river views to the majority of apartments. Prices start from under £300,000, and with completions from 2011, Galliard believe your investment could provide vast capital growth prior to ownership. You can also exchange contracts with just £1,000, and there may be nothing further to pay until 2011. Galliard are offering their unique base rate tracker income guarantee for up to 5 years on selected apartments, allowing financial peace of mind for this term. Don't miss our new Capital Quay sales launch on the 29th and 30th of September at the Millennium Hotel, London Mayfair. Call 020 7620 1500. That's 020 7620 1500 now, or visit galliardhomes.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Look out, Britain! Here's Churchill.
Are you the Churchill that really guarantees to beat car insurance renewals?
Oh, yes.
Well, as your website's so good, we at yourmoney.com would like to present you this award for Best Online Car Insurance Provider.
Oh.
Would you like to say a few words?
Oh, yes.
OK, go on.
Oh, no, that's it. It's me catchphrase. Don't dither Britain. For our best prices, go online at churchill.com. Price guaranteed cover must be on an equivalent basis to ours. 3 claim 3 years. Conditions apply.
On 97.3
DAB
and online.
London's biggest conversation. LBC.
It's 7:30. I'm Michael Trabulsi. Good evening. The Chancellor of the Exchequer says the government will guarantee all of Northern Rock's deposits. It follows another day in which people have been queuing outside branches in London to remove their savings, with the bank's share price dropping more than 35%. A life-size mobile prison cell is the Met Police's latest tool in the fight against gun crime. The replica is part of the latest campaign to target teenagers in London at risk of becoming involved in gun crime. The campaign also involves a series of radio and TV ads to be broadcast over the next 4 weeks. A man's been sentenced to 11 years in prison after being found guilty of being involved in a string of armed robberies across London. Perry Campbell from Wandsworth was sentenced at Southwark Crown Court earlier. And Sir Richard Branson says he's donating £100,000 to the McCann's legal fund because he wants them to have a fair trial if they're called to court. The multimillionaire says he trusts them implicitly and has spoken to them several times. And fashionistas and celebrities have flocked to catwalk shows across London as designers show off their latest collections at London Fashion Week. British designer Luella Bartley's show, attended by the editor of the US Vogue, Anna Wintour, has been one of the highlights on the third day. London's weather, there could be the chance of some showers this evening, but overnight it should mainly be dry. This is LBC at 7:31.
This is Alan Joyce in the LBC 97.3 Travel Centre. Literally just getting details in now of a crash on the M25, blocking 2 lanes anti-clockwise between 23 and 22. So that's between South Mimms and St Albans, heading towards the M1. Big delays building up rapidly there. And also still 2 lanes blocked on the M1 itself, coming into town between 10 and 9. That's between Luton and the A5, so right in the middle of the roadwork section. And that's causing big queues both ways. Very slow out of town from the M25 interchange. Endymion Road in Haringey, still closed both ways following a crash just by Green Lanes from earlier on, causing delays around Finsbury Park. In Tottenham, it's still queuing up with the roadworks on Ferry Lane just outside Tottenham Hale Station. And in Barking, you can't get off the A13 going out of town at the Ripple Road junction because of an accident there. On the trains, Virgin and Silverlink County services in and out of Euston have up to an hour's worth of delays after a signal problem north of Milton Keynes. Silverlink Metro services still running OK though, and there are no reported problems on the tubes. LBC 97.3 Travel, your next update's in 15 minutes.
Let Route 1 put you in the fast lane to exploiting the growth potential in overseas property investment. And right now, Route 1 presents an amazing buy-to-let opportunity in southern Cyprus. Chat with our friendly staff on Tuesday, September the 18th at the Hilton Hotel, Canary Wharf. Wednesday, September the 19th at the Wall Bar on Old Broad Street. And Saturday the 22nd and Sunday the 23rd at the Crown Plaza Hotel near Excel. All shows are 11 till 6. For a great investment, follow Route 1.
Bob, Gordon, emergency. My email's down. I know it's Sunday evening. I don't need my IT Johnny to tell me that. What do you think I'm doing? I'm trying to send my chef a last-minute change for my menu.
If your IT at work breaks down, you want it fixed there and then, whatever time of day it is. With an instant IT breakdown recovery service from BT, you get 24/7 support from one of our UK-based experts. So whatever size your business, you'll be back doing what you do best in no time.
I don't care if you're having roast chicken with all the trimmings and the stuffing. If you don't sort it out, I'll personally stuff you. Bob.
To find out more about 24/7 expert IT support from BT, visit bt.com/business. BT, bringing it all together.
See website for details.
LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
If you missed last night's Triple M, may I suggest you go and get the podcast, because one of the finest we've ever done. First 2 hours, great, call straight to air, great, worked lovely, very nice and funny stuff. The last hour was just nuts. We had a Japanese band in. How many people we had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in the studio, including, not including me, 7 including me. 5 people were in the band, Japanese band, called Jinta La Muta, I think. We'll give out. We can put that guy's website on the website. So they played some stuff, and it was fantastic with like drums and clarinets and saxophone and an accordion. And then we had a link up with Japan. I say link up. We phoned them up. It wasn't like satellite or anything. We phoned up the Kurikorda Quartet, 3 of whom were in Japan, 1 of whom was in the studio with me, and they played Pythagoras Suichi over the phone live. It was fantastic, just great, and the nicest people. Hey man, go to lbc.co.uk, go to the podcasts and subscribe and download that show. because it was genuinely brilliant. 0870 90 90 973 is the phone number if you want to give us a call this evening. Skydiving and Fashion Week. Yes, Paul.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes.
I heard some of that stuff last night. It was very good.
Wasn't it? Wasn't it
It was
brilliant?
lovely. It was really nice.
And it was so good to watch because they were just mental when they were playing their stuff.
They seemed to have a very nice vibe about them.
Yeah, they were just... And they gave me... Not be funny, they gave me a stack load of freebies as well, a load of CDs and DVDs. I was sorted.
Flipping brilliant, mate.
Sorted.
Flipping excellent.
Yes. Fashion.
Oh.
Turn to the left. Fashion. Turn to the right.
Beep, beep.
We are the Goon Squad and we're coming to town.
Beep, beep.
Yes, that's the... Who sang that? Is it David Bowie?
David Bowie.
It was Bowie, wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Oh, yeah. What was it? Fashion Week.
Yeah.
I used to do the marketing for a scooter company.
Okay.
And I came up with this idea that for London Fashion Week, we're getting all the women's magazines because we were targeting women.
Yeah.
If I was to run a taxi service for the fashion models,
Okay.
to get them through the traffic
Yeah.
on scooters
Yeah.
from one show to another. So we did some work with a famous model agency to do this.
Yes.
And I spent 3 days doing this. And, oh, God. It was very weird. It was a very weird experience. These women would get into these clothes that completely fell to bits and were held together with chewing gum and bits of sellotape and stuff.
Yeah.
So what you see, you couldn't wear it.
Yeah.
And I went to a lot of them were flown over from the States and that, and I went to some of their flats to pick them up. And they'd
Oh,
go,
hang on a sec. Where's this going? Hang on.
Oh, no, it isn't going anywhere like that. And there would be... These women would come over about... loads of them, and they would be sharing one flat that's sort of got 2 bedrooms, and there'd be like 15 of them in there.
Wow.
And you'd go in, it didn't smell too good in there. And it just was very unglamorous, and they're all kipping on the floor, and it was like Glastonbury.
But with model, but I know it's a slight cliche, but the models, they're all a bit too... When did Sophie Dahl stop being chubby? Because she was a bit of a porker, and now she's quite skinny. Do you know her Roald Dahl's...
She got a modelling contract or something, wasn't it?
Well, still, because she was like the fat model, Sophie Dahl, fat model, and it's like, oh, at last, a blow has been struck for the fuller-figured woman, Sophie Dahl, the grandson of Roald, whose real name was Ronald, who wrote Tales of the Unexpected. She's chubby. But now, she's all skinny, and she's going out with Jamie Cullum.
Jamie Cullum? Who's Jamie? Oh, that pianist bloke.
I think it's Jamie Cullum. She's going out with a short singer. I think...
James Blunt?
No, not Blunt. I think it's Cullum, because he's like about 3'0". And so there's pictures of them. I think it's Jamie. I could be tired, maybe spreading vicious gossip and lies. But anyway, the question is, when did she stop being chubby?
I think January the 3rd, 2005.
Okay, you've actually got the date.
I have.
Oh, nice one.
I just Googled her.
Okay, well, cheers that, Paul.
I might get arrested for that
yes,
later.
you might well do. Thank you for that. 0870 90 90 90. I used to fancy Sophie Dahl in her porkier days. Yeah, Alex nodding with that jutted bottom chin that only blokes do. Yes, when they're thinking of a nice lady. And then she's gone all skinny and is a bit... Now she's skinny, a bit nothing special, I think. Not really that much going... There was a thing in the news about the glass cell. I wanted to mention it after 8 o'clock because I saw the glass cell today. Yeah, that's right, kids, we're going to do gun crime. We really are. But in a unique and innovative way. But we'll do that after 8 o'clock because there's a glass cell that's doing the tours of Brixton and gun crimes to stop kids using guns. Oh, yeah, that'll work. By the end of the tour, it's going to have a bullet hole in it. At least one. Anyway, we'll mention that after 8 o'clock. Jill!
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Jill.
Oh, that music was brilliant last night.
Wasn't it great?
Fantastic. The energy they've got, that group.
The what?
Amazing.
The what, sorry?
The energy they had.
Let me just... I'm going to play a little bit of this, OK? This is...
Go on,
This isn't the group that are in the studio. This was the group that were on the phone in Japan with one of the people in the studio. I'm going to play a bit... This is what was going on last night.
Yes.
Right, so those guys are in Japan on the phone, OK?
Right.
And then the studio comes in. Oh!
Ow.
Fantastic.
Totally fantastic.
Isn't it great?
I hope we're going to hear lots more of them.
Yeah, and then the other band that were in the studio were mad, and they were playing. One dude was hang on. One dude was playing 2 clarinets at the same time, and he had all these bells and whistles, and there was a bit where it all go psychedelic, and he'd start shaking. Oh, it was just so exciting to see them.
I envied you being there,
Yeah.
watching them. I
Yeah,
really did.
it was great.
Wonderful, lovely music.
Well, if ever they're over again, they have an I know they're going back to Japan, and there was a chance I might have been going to Japan in November. I'm not now, but they're playing in Tokyo on November the 15th. If you want to go, Jill, go to Tokyo. Go to Tokyo, my Tokyo Rose.
Oh, I would have. In my youth, I would. And I did. Yes. Anyway,
Yes.
Ian,
Yes.
This Fashion Week thing, I'm
Yes.
so glad you're addressing this problem.
yes.
If you see the point. Yes.
I do.
I think you've gathered. I've talked to you quite a bit. Now, I'm quite an old woman.
In your late 80s, I believe. Is that is that
no,
correct?
Not quite that old.
No.
Not quite that old. But I just want to, and I really seriously want to know this.
Yeah, well, go on.
Does anybody know anybody who's ever bought any of those clothes?
Well, I don't know if people actually are meant to... Are people meant to buy the clothes, or is it just for people to say, look, I made this? I just don't know what the point of it is, whether people buy them or what.
No, but there must be a point here. I wish somebody would ring in and tell us. I mean that seriously. I mean, it's a bit like that popular furniture shop that has constant sales.
Oh, yes. There's a couple of them that do, and a couple of carpet places where it's a sale. Well, yeah, of course it is. It's a day. You always have a sale. You know, it's...
Exactly. And I feel these fashion weeks are a bit like that. Don't we have about 5 or 6 a year? It feels like that to me.
I don't know. I thought there was only one a year, but I suppose there could be. Someone will call up and tell us, Jill.
Well, I hope they will. And I'm not taking their what's it or anything. I just like to know.
Yes.
Why is it there?
Yeah.
Do people buy? I've never met anybody in my life who's ever bought anything.
Well, Jill, keep listening. We'll get an answer.
Do.
Thank you very much. 0870 90 90 973. It's all a little... Speaking of the Japanese, I'm struggling with the Japanese. I'm struggling with my Japanese, right? Where I had the lesson on Saturday, and I suddenly became that stroppy 15-year-old trying to learn my German and failing miserably. Just was awful. And then she's given me this homework, right? And the homework is, read the first dialogue in your sheet, and then answer these questions. And the questions are in Japanese. You've got to write the answers in Japanese. But I think she's given me the wrong question sheet, because I'm sure that the questions do not refer to the dialogue at the top of my sheet. So I think somehow I've got the wrong question. So I'm... Oh, God. Anyway, I bought some I've been told to get flashcards. So I bought 200 postcards today. So I'm going to write all the letters on there, use them as flashcards, and I'm going to write some words on them. I'm struggling, London. And a lot of people have sent in emails and messages on my MySpace page, myspace.com/The Real Iain Lee, saying, well, try this, try doing this, try doing this. And this may help you learn the language. I'm really... I'm struggling, is what I'm trying to say, to the point where I'm kind of thinking, well, maybe I should give up. And then I think, well, I don't want to give up. You know, we had Japanese people in last night. All I could do was introduce myself, ask them when they go back to Japan, and ask them whose umbrella is this. That's all I could say. Which, actually, when you put it like that, it's not bad going. That's 3 phrases that 3 months ago I didn't know. So I've learnt something. Go on, Chris, you must have picked up a Japanese phrase from me by now.
Yeah. No.
Okie dokie. Well, I noticed Alex was smirking there. Well, Alex, that mean you've picked something up?
Yeah.
Go on then. Hey! There we go, he has. Well done. That means yes, he's saying yes. It's a mad language, right? No, spot the difference. No is yeah. House is yeah. The difference is no is yeah. Slightly longer. House is yeah. Yeah, yeah. But this... messed up language. Anyway, sorry, I promised myself I'd try and keep back my Japanese frustration, but it turns out I can't. Right, 0870 90 90 973. We'll come to Adam, and is that Petter? Is it Petter or Peter?
It's Petter.
OK, we'll come to him after this. It's the travel news with Alan Joyce, isn't it?
And the M25 has 2 lanes blocked anti-clockwise between 23 and 22 at South Mims to St Albans. It's following an accident there. Big delays building up, though, heading round from Pottersbar at Junction 24. Do add your updates, 08000 68 60 80. The M1's now fully reopened heading into town between 10 and 9. That's between Luton and the A5 following a crash earlier, but there are still big delays in both directions. And Endymion Road in Haringey's finally reopened again. Second time it's reopened this afternoon following that accident at Green Lanes earlier on. Upper Clapton Road in Clapton is looking solid, approaching the roadworks still just by the Lee Bridge roundabout. In Tottenham, it's queuing up with the roadworks on Ferry Lane just outside Tottenham Hell Station. And in Barking, you can't get off the A13 out of town at the moment at Ripple Road because of an accident on that exit slip road. Better news as well in Southwark. Southwark Bridge Road is now fully reopened both ways at Borough Road following an accident earlier on. On the trains, Virgin and Silverlink County services in and out of Euston are now being delayed by only up to 15 minutes, so certainly things have improved in the last half an hour. It's following a signal problem north of Milton Keynes, and the Tube's also reporting a good service this evening. LBC 97.3 travel. Your next update is in half an hour.
Steve Allen. He loves talking about celebrities.
Oi, fat bird. Smug git, you're a minger. Bit of a dipstick. Scum lowlife. She's too old. Fat boy fat. Tight-fisted so-and-so. Jug ears. As stupid as I think you are. Too snooty. I think they should take him out and hang him. Nasty little piece of work. Really is a moose. You need brains first, love. She is a minger. Dreadfully boring.
So just who is he talking about? Find out weekday mornings from 5, LBC 97.3.
So what route are we taking today, Trevor? I thought we'd go up Fiddler's Hill, Peter. So past the new Wild Bean Cafe? Oh, they do a great freshly ground cappuccino with chocolatey sprinkles. Yeah? Right, everybody, change of plan, basics, happy hardcore. Come follow me. Here we go. Woo, woo, lead up now.
Hurry down to Wild Bean Cafe at BP Connect. Gourmet on the go.
And how is the Minister expected to raise the necessary funds? Clearly the endowment policy mentioned, once surrendered, will provide nothing like enough.
The honourable member is misinformed. In contrast to his own party's woeful record on such policies, the endowment in question will be sold through AAP, resulting in a significant fiscal increase over the surrender value.
If you're thinking of surrendering an endowment policy, then you could budget for much more by selling through AAP. Call 0845 073 1960. That's 0845 073 1960.
If you're serious about investing in property, the Property Investor Show is for you. There are over 120 seminars and more than 300 exhibitors, from house builders to estate agents to mortgage lenders and property experts. So if you want to invest in property, residential or commercial, at home or abroad, don't miss the Property Investor Show at XL from the 21st to the 23rd of September. Register at lbc.co.uk for your free tickets. The Property Investor Show. Serious about property. With LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Yep. Adam?
Hiya.
Do you remember the advert? Right, I was just talking to Alex and Chris about this, and Chris doesn't remember it. He's too young. Do you remember the advert, years and years ago, maybe 20, 25 years ago, where it was a guy in, like, white overalls, and they glued him to, like, a big piece of MDF, and then they suspended him upside down from a helicopter. And so he was... How old are you, Adam?
I'm 24.
Oh, we've got a babe on the line. I'm so... If anyone knows, there's a guy... It wasn't Ted Moult, because he was Everest Windows. It's a guy in, like, a white jumpsuit, and they glued him to this wall, and in the first instance, the wall just collapsed and he was still glued. And the second instance, this wall was being carried by a helicopter, and it was flying over the sea or something, and it was holding him. So if anyone knows, do give us a call. Anyway, Adam, why have you called in, please?
I called in about the skydiving.
Oh, yeah, go on.
I had the same fear, and I was always saying to myself that I'd never be able to do it. Yeah. And one time I went up to New Zealand to work, and I was sort of pressured into doing it by my boss at the time. So I was scared going up, and I did it. And I'll tell you what, there was no other feeling in the world better than it.
It says on my screen, Adam, that you are addicted to it.
I am totally addicted.
Well, how many times have you done it?
We did it, well, in the space of 2 weeks, we did it 4 times, and once we did it, we went up, came down, and then went up again.
Oh, God almighty.
It's brilliant.
But what... This is what I don't get. Tell me what is so brilliant about it.
Well, I mean, you know, it's anything, any fulfillment in something that is really difficult to do, and then you conquer that, you do it, you get fulfillment out of it.
Aruga!
If someone, you know, you see, if someone, for example, has an accident, can't really walk, and then starts to walk, there's that fulfillment.
Well, yeah, but I can understand being lame and then, being able to walk. That is an achievement. Well done, congratulations.
Yeah, I can walk, and being able to fly is pretty much of an achievement.
But it's not flying, it's falling. All you're doing is falling.
I don't know. I just
have you got a girlfriend or a wife or something?
I have, yeah.
Does she not go? Oh, please don't do it, Adam, because one day you will
No, but
die.
I always say to you, you can get hit by a car walking across the street.
Well,
difference, you know.
Well, there is a big difference because I'm not throwing myself in front of cars.
Not to be negative, but you can go at any time. You know, and the amount of we have guys out there who've been, you know, the people that you're strapped onto.
Yeah.
And they're doing it, 25 times a day?
But you say
you've been doing it 5 years? It's down to your odds,
Adam,
really.
you say you can go at any time, and it is down to the odds. Well, why don't you lessen the odds by not skydiving? I stand less chance of dying by not skydiving than I do by doing it.
I don't think you do, actually. I mean, personally, anyway.
Adam, listen, thank you for that.
And another thing,
go on.
for Jill, was it Jill that called him before?
Yeah,
that was asking about the Fashion Week?
Yes,
I think
it was.
They do it twice a year. They do it before the spring and summer, and then they do it before winter and autumn.
Brilliant. Thank you, Adam.
No worries.
There we go. So the Fashion Week twice. That thing. You could get hit by a bus tomorrow. Well, yeah, I could do. But first of all, I used the Green Cross Code as advertised by Clive Bull on his show last week. Listening to the Best of Clive last night. So I do that. And secondly, I don't put myself in particularly life-threatening situations. I may have done in the past. I don't anymore. As you get older, you become aware of your mortality. Petter.
Yes, that's me. Hello.
Hi. Where are you? Are you German?
I was born in Lapland, sir.
Oh, Lapland. Oh man, alive! This isn't the real Father Christmas, is it?
Yeah. Well, sort of. At least, yeah. Why not?
Yeah, hang on a minute. He's a little bit umming and ahhing. In fact, we've got later on. We have Father Christmas on the night. It's good to have you here, sir. Big fan of your work. Now, what can I do for you?
Well, I wanted to, you were asking in the beginning of the show for someone that really appreciated the Fashion Week.
Yes.
And I really do. I mean, I just wanted to say that I really like it.
Why? You're not just some pervert that likes looking at skinny girls, are you?
Yeah, well...
It's the same answer he gave for the Father Christmas question. Yes.
But anyways, I think it's very nice. You can't really explain it, why fashion is... it's not a logical thing. It's a very emotional thing, It's not really explicable like that. You can't say, fashion is good for this and that. It's
so what do you get out... Do you actually go to the shows at Fashion Week?
I would if I could. I'm working, but...
But are you a very fashionable man, then?
I just dress in jeans and a shirt, to be honest. But if I had a lot of money, I would buy expensive clothes.
But surely, as long as, jeans and a T-shirt... Right now, I'm wearing a jumper for the first time since winter this year. I'm wearing a jumper, T-shirt and a jumper. Isn't that strange? But my usual look is T-shirt, jeans, a hoodie, and that's it. And that's not fashionable. It's just practical.
Yeah, practical. Yeah.
But practical is all you really need in the world of clothes, isn't it?
No, that's the point. I mean, fashion is like design. It's those aspects of the clothes that are not practical, but are there to show off that you got wealth and you got knowledge.
Petter, what is the most fashionable thing you have ever bought?
Well, I don't know. I'm such a cheapskate.
Yes.
We are very cheap in Lapland.
Is Lapland a very tight country then? People don't like spending any money.
Yeah, we save everything. We save everything. Yeah.
Well done. Petter, thank you for the call.
Thank you very much.
There we go. Lovely. 0870 90 973 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, we will find out what the advert is. And then Chris is saying, well, they must have faked. This is the advert with the guy's hanging upside down from a board that he's been glued to. I want to say like Polyfiller or Copydex. I know it isn't that. It's something like that. It won't be Copydex. It's a good glue, but it ain't that good. Oh, hang on, Tim, do you know what it is?
I think it's for something called Polycell. It was for a wallpaper paste. It's not like the glue one, where they had the guy with the rubber band that he used to bounce on. This one was for Polycell wallpaper.
Oh, the super glue one was, there was a rubber band and it broke and they glued it together again.
That's it, yeah.
But so the Polycell, and it was a fella in a white overall glued to a board.
That's it, yeah.
Brilliant.
I think they might have used some sort of mastic, though, instead of Polycell.
Oh, so you're saying...
Wallpaper used to keep falling down when I used it.
Are they allowed to cheat in adverts, then?
I wouldn't know, to be honest.
Okay. Well, look, Tim, listen, I've got to go, but thank you for that. But Polycell... I'm not totally convinced by that. If anyone knows better, 0870 90 90 973.
Where does your front door lead? It could lead to this. Or even this.
Good evening, sir, madam. Your usual table on the terrace?
You see, using the value of your home to finance your investments is just one of the strategies that's helped thousands of Inside Track's customers build substantial property portfolios and create more than 200 property millionaires. To find out how, just call 0870 124 4613 to go to a free introductory workshop from Inside Track. It's the start of a program to help you get the best out of property, whether that's buy-to-let, buying a second home, or even a third. How to find them, how to finance them, buying off plan, how to negotiate discounts. Over 100,000 people have already attended free workshops from the UK's leading property education specialists. Join them and see how doors open for you. Book now. Call 0870 124 4613 or go to insidetrack.co.uk.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Well, I was singing opera there, and it's pretty good. Miriam, you have a different answer, do you?
I certainly do.
Go on.
I'll tell you exactly what it was.
Yep.
It was Solvite wallpaper paste for some inane reason.
Solvite, yeah, that sounds slightly better than Polycell.
No, it was definitely Solvite.
Yeah.
I remember it well, thinking, how the hell would wallpaper paste keep anybody up in the air hanging by the seat of their pants?
Do you think maybe they cheated that advert? Because I didn't think you could lie in adverts, but maybe you can.
Well, maybe you can. I think that's probably the only way they managed to do it, actually.
Well, do you know what? I'm tempted to get some of that stuff, get some Solvite,
Try
and
it.
try it with Chris. Get Agent Chris on the board outside so we can do that.
Oh.
Miriam, thank you very much for that.
That's all right.
Cheers,
Bye.
bye-bye. Emma, sorry, you've been there for ages. Hello, Emma. Oh, Emma?
What? Oh, hello?
Are you doing the washing up? What are you doing? Are you changing a nappy?
I'm cooking the dinner. I'm getting some crisps out for the kids.
Oh.
I'm hanging on to the phone.
Yes, that's that. You sound like a mum. You can do everything.
I'm multitasking.
Well done,
I'm a
Mum.
woman.
Excellent stuff. What are you having for dinner apart from crisps?
Spaghetti bolognese.
Don't give them crisps. They'll ruin their dinner.
No, they've had their dinner.
Oh, okay.
They're going to go to bed soon.
So you're giving them crisps before they go to bed? What kind of woman are you?
I'm really bad mum.
Oh, well, okay. All right, well done. As long as you admit it, that's good. Right, Emma, what can I do for you?
I'm going to explain London Fashion Week to you.
Please do.
It's going to be a bit of a long explanation, so I'm going to go really quickly.
Okay.
Right, London Fashion Week is probably about 20 shows a day.
Yeah. Ooh.
Actually, more than that, probably about 40 shows a day.
Okay.
It's in lots of different places.
Yep.
There's a venue at the Natural History Museum.
Oh, yeah.
That's the main place, sponsored by the British Fashion Council.
Well done.
There's lots of other venues. There's one called On Off. There's another one called Fashion Scout. I think there's another one sponsored by Topshop, but I can't remember.
Okay.
Doesn't even go on for a week. Goes on for about 5 days.
Oh, what?
And that's about it, really.
But why do we need it? I don't want it, Emma.
I need it because I need it to pay for my holidays.
Why? Why? Do you work there? Do you?
Well, I work on it. I do sort of production things on it. It is needed for our fashion status in the capital.
What does that mean? You've just said a sentence that doesn't mean anything. Our fashion status in the capital. Oh, well, fair play. You're very honest, Emma. You've admitted to being a bad mother, and you've admitted to saying that what you say is rubbish. So
yes.
I appreciate that.
But that's women for you. But I'm now explaining to you what London Fashion Week is, and there you go. And it's private invitation only.
Oh.
Nobody can go along. Apart from, I think, maybe on Saturday and Sunday, the general public can buy tickets probably for an extortionate fee, and they make even more money.
You're a bitter woman, Emma. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What a lovely lady. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number. Fashion Week, skydiving, advert with that man being glued to a wall. And yeah, that's right, gun crime. After the news.
On 97.3
DAB
and online.
London's biggest conversation. LBC.
At 8, the government guarantees Northern Rock deposits, police campaign tries to stop teens turning to guns in London, and a former Blur bassist eyes up the Spectator. It's 8 o'clock, I'm Holly Holland. The Chancellor has again insisted that Northern Rock customers shouldn't panic and their savings are safe. The company's shares have fallen by a further 35% as customers again queued outside branches for hours to withdraw funds. Shares in other mortgage lenders also fell sharply, but Alistair Darling reassured Northern Rock account holders that they won't lose their money.
Should it be necessary, we and the Bank of England would put in place arrangements that would guarantee all the existing deposits in the Northern Rock Bank during the current instability in the financial markets.
Teenagers in London are being targeted by new Met Police anti-gun crime ads. The radio and TV campaign portrays the views of young prisoners jailed for gun offences. The campaign, titled Don't Blow Your Life Away, aims to steer teenagers away from a life of violence. It also includes a life-size prison cell that'll tour boroughs with the highest levels of gun crime. These young people in Brixton told us it's a powerful deterrent.
It's a good thing because it shows people they wouldn't want to be in a cell for about 5-7 years just for carrying a knife or a gun or whatnot.
That's a shocking sight, to be honest. This small, can't even swing a cat in there, it's kind of depressing.
A man's been jailed for 11 years by Southwark Crown Court for his part in a series of armed robberies. Perry Campbell from Wandsworth was caught robbing an HSBC bank in Barnes in August during an intelligence-led operation by the Met Police flying squad. His partner, 43-year-old Hamid Terachet, was sentenced for 8 years at an earlier hearing for robbery in possession of an imitation firearm. A businessman from Hertfordshire has been jailed for 4.5 years for his part in a worldwide conspiracy worth millions to sell fake Viagra tablets. Ashish Halai, who's 31 and from Borehamwood, was one of 4 men involved in the scam, selling copies online, along with other medicines to treat male baldness. The 3 others, including one from London and one from Essex, were found guilty at Kingston Crown Court earlier and are awaiting sentence. Sir Richard Branson's been explaining why he's giving £100,000 towards the McCann's legal costs. The Virgin owner says he trusts missing Madeleine's parents implicitly and wants to make sure they have a fair trial if they go before a judge in Portugal. He's also confirmed he's in talks with other potential donors. And Blur bassist Alex James is to become associate editor of The Spectator. He'll contribute to a fortnightly column to the political magazine. The man who's confessed to blowing £1 million on cocaine and champagne during his Britpop heyday now lives on a 200-acre farm in Oxfordshire. In London's travel news, the M25 in Hertfordshire has 2 lanes blocked, heading anti-clockwise between Junction 23 at South Mimms and Junction 22 at St Albans because of an accident. Remember, if you're away from your radio and want to stay in touch with the latest news, weather and travel, you can call 0901 723 6666. Calls cost 35 pence a minute from a BT landline. Other networks and mobile rates may vary. And in London's weather, any showers will die out as the evening begins, leaving a dry night, and there'll be lows of 5 degrees Celsius. You're with LBC, it's 8:03.
This is London's biggest conversation. LBC.
Levi Roots has gone from selling his reggae sauce at the Notting Hill Carnival to selling it in supermarkets nationwide. If your business is based in central London, then you can get free expert advice, just like Levi. Whether it's how to access finance, increase sales or raise profits, find out more at enterprisecentral.co.uk or free phone 0800 032 0946. This service is available via support from the London Development Agency and the European Social Fund's Business London project.
LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Good evening.
Are you as big as the top? Truthfully, it gets up my nose. I love this show. All singing and dancing and singing.
0870 90 90 973. Now, so what they're doing, right, to stop gun crime, don't worry, I know where I'm going with this, is they've got a campaign called Don't Blow Your Life Away. Oh, jeez. And to promote it, so that young people don't carry guns, they've got a small glass prison cell that they're taking around to Brixton and places like that. Probably, where's that place I used to sign on? What's the Harlesden? I used to sign on in Harlesden. Ooh, it was scary. It was a scary job centre. That was a scary job centre in Harlesden. They'll probably take it to Harlesden. And it's supposed to be... What it is, it's a prison cell. The size of a real prison cell. It's made of glass, and it's got a toilet and a bunk bed, and that's it. Now, surely, that's not going to scare kids into not having guns. What you want is you want a big dude called Bubba, who said, "You're mine now, pretty boy." You want something like that. That's what you want. That would scare me into not having a gun. But so they're doing this, and I don't want to have a debate about gun crime and guns and stuff like that, because that's really boring, and is dull. And I don't really want to do that. But isn't that the most ridiculous idea? A glass cell. And Chris pointed out that why isn't it made of bars? Why don't they have bars? That's what. Am I naive? Right. I've never been in a prison, but I've seen Prison Break, and I've seen Porridge. So I sort of know about prisons from that. They're made of bars. It's bars, right? Isn't it? Is it bars? Or is it not bars? Oh, wait, if you've done Bird... Yeah, that's right. It's the technical slang. 0870 90909. Are prisons bars? And if they're not bars, they should be. And Alex then made the good point. Surely all prisons, they should be just glass cells. Because that would be humiliating, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be humiliating to be in a prison cell? You got to do the toilets in the prison cell. You can't go, excuse me, I need to go to the toilet. You do it in the prison cell. That would be more humiliating. Anyway, that's where we've got to with that. 0870 909. Don't blow your life away. Oh, yeah, man, look, it's a prison cell and they've got a slogan. I'm going to hand my gun in and not get involved in gun crime. That's what I'm going to do. Because I don't want to blow my life away and I don't want to end up in a glass prison with a guy called Bubba. That's why... My campaign is more effective. By the end of this... if anyone's seen the glass cell in person, because I saw it on the telly today, and it looked funny. 0870 9090973. It looked ridiculous.
I got a better idea.
Go on.
Put them in a glass cell.
Yeah.
And tow it around on the back of a truck all around London.
With a man called Bubba.
What, like a float?
Yeah, like a naughty float. It's like a naughty step. It's the naughty float. You've been naughty. Get in the naughty float. That'll be kind of cool. You know that glass cell is going to have bullet holes in it by the time it's finished its tour. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. John.
Hiya.
Yeah, you right?
Yeah. How are you? Good.
I'm really, really, really hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
We'll go to that Indian in Harlesden. They do a nice takeaway.
Which one in Harlesden? There's loads round there.
Rajmori.
Okay, I don't remember that one, but yeah. I've probably...
No, I used to manage a club up in Willesden, which is next to Harlesden.
I know Willesden, yeah. I used to live in Kensal Green.
Oh, yeah. I actually lived in the club. Didn't like it.
Right.
Didn't like the area.
Yeah. I got out of there. But apparently it's all quite nice now. It's all been done up.
I don't know. I've never been back. I left there in 96, I think. I've never been back.
96. You know what? That's probably that's about when I moved out of there as well. Isn't it strange? We may have seen each other, John.
You might have been in the club.
What club was it?
It was a comedy venue called the Willesden Empire, opposite the other side of the road from the courthouse.
Yeah. I probably have been in there actually at some point.
Yeah. Sister club to Up the Creek in Greenwich. And it was sold and it was taken over, but it's now a church.
Yeah. Religious.
Yeah.
Anyway, John.
Yeah, I can elaborate on the Solvite advert. The woman that phoned in was correct. It is Solvite wallpaper paste.
Right.
But they've relaunched the advert. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. No, how strange.
What they've done now, they've got the same advert promoting Solvite wallpaper paste.
Yeah.
They've got supposedly the same guy stuck to the same bit of wall in his white overalls.
Yeah.
But now he's a pensioner with a great big long grey beard and really long grey hair.
Oh.
But what they're trying to say... I think this advert came out in the early 80s, I think, if I remember right. But what I'm trying to say is all these years on, that poor guy is still stuck to the wallpaper paste.
Well, now, in that case, we know they are faking it because it couldn't be the same man, could it?
No, because he'd have died and filled up.
He would have died because his arms were outstretched. You know when you get crucified?
That's right, yeah.
You die. Chris, hang on, Agent Chris, how do you die when you're crucified?
Do you bleed to death?
No, you suffocate.
Do you?
You suffocate to death because your arms are outstretched like that. I found this out. It's amazing. Your arms are outstretched like that, so your lung capacity is reduced to the point where you can't breathe anymore. The nails are just a really, really painful, nasty addition to it. You've got nails for your hands and through your feet. Crown of thorns, humiliating and painful. But you die because your chest can't expand anymore, so you eventually suffocate.
And starvation.
No, you die of suffocation.
Oh.
It's interesting, isn't
Well,
it?
the other point is,
yes,
I remember the first advert and the new advert now.
Yeah.
It's actually, I'm quite observant, and it's actually a different helicopter. There you go.
And so, are we to assume the helicopter's been up in air for that long as well? It couldn't have landed, could it?
No.
It would have crushed him.
It's quite a funny advert, actually. I think it was ITV6 or whatever.
I haven't seen it. How odd that we're talking about it and then they're showing that I haven't seen it. Well, John, I'll keep an eye out for that. Cheers, boss.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye now.
Thank you. 0870 90 90 90. It's almost as if we planned that. We didn't. That's one of them crazy spontaneous things that you can't plan for. But it happened. Michelle.
Hello.
Hello, Michelle.
Hello. Well, I'm phoning up about the Fashion Week.
What a load of old nonsense, isn't it?
Well, I work in industry, so I've got a different view on it.
Oh, OK, go on then.
Basically, they have that as the top market where you have the industry and the celebrities that go to it.
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't have that, like people like Primark and Topshop, they wouldn't have anyone to look up to. So it's like the trickle down you were talking about before.
Is trickle down an accepted phrase, or did I make it up?
Well, you made it up, but I understand where you're coming
It's good, isn't it? You can use that if you want. Use it. It's a good word.
Yeah, no, it's a good phrase. It does explain what it is.
Trickle down. Yeah.
Basically, if they didn't have it, you and I wouldn't be able to aspire to how the stars look, and unfortunately, that's just how society is. We shouldn't have to aspire to them, but
No, whoa, hang on a second. I see a big flaw in your argument. You're saying if we didn't have London Fashion Week, then the kids wouldn't be able to aspire to look like the stars.
Well, that's how society.
But if we didn't have London Fashion Week, then people wouldn't know what the stars were going to be wearing.
Well, no, but no one wants to look like their next door neighbour. Everybody, unfortunately, that's how I see society is. They always aspire to be the richest person, how they look, wear the latest glasses, the latest shoes. I don't agree with it because I think they put too much money on it.
Right.
As I work in the industry, I work on the lower market, but you can get the same look for a lower price. And it's better for everybody. Otherwise, you'd have more kids stealing money to get to.
Well, hang on a second. No, hang on a second. You're saying if we didn't have London Fashion Week, we'd have more crime.
It's not just about
That's what you just said.
No, it's not just about London Fashion
We'd have more kids stealing money.
It's not that. It helps the industry in total.
Right,
like,
okay.
for me. It helps the industry.
Okay, I'm sure it does.
Look.
I'm sure it does. But I'm sure it does. But are you honestly saying if we didn't have London Fashion Week, we'd have more crime?
It's not just London Fashion Week, it's fashion in general. And London Fashion Week helps the industry. It helps all the shops.
So I want to get an answer to this. You're saying if we didn't have London Fashion Week and other factors, but London Fashion Week specifically at the moment, there would be more crime.
No, I didn't say that.
You did.
I didn't
You
say
did.
that. I said it helps people that can't afford to buy those products.
You mentioned about kids stealing money.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying.
Well,
that.
no, you did, Michelle. You did mention.
Yeah, but I didn't mean it in that way.
Well, in what way did you mean it?
What I meant to say is the clothes out there are far too expensive for what they actually are worth.
Right.
It helps other people that are not so privileged can get the same look and not having to break their neck to get into debt, steal from wherever to achieve those looks. So
you are saying then that London Fashion Week stops people stealing?
No, I said it helps.
This is
in some-
twice
it's not
you've
gonna
just said
cure
it.
everything. It's
Well,
not going to
cure cancer, is it? It's not going to cure
It's
Iraq.
not called cancer, but it helps.
It helps, right? Okay.
It contributes. It helps.
Right. She is bonkers, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think she was saying it contributes to the cure for cancer there. I don't think she was saying that. I think she would have got away with it. But she said twice, it will stop crime. London Fashion, well, maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe I've got it wrong all this time. London Fashion Week. Did you hear that, Habiba?
Oh, God, yeah.
London Fashion Week is going to stop crime.
I'm stealing clothes.
What?
Well, if you lived in the
lunatic.
70s and 80s, you didn't steal. I mean, the clothes were rubbish anyway, but most of us went without or had hand-me-downs anyway back in those days.
And most people have rubbish clothes.
And I'm sure they had Fashion Week then. And isn't Fashion Week taking place in a museum?
There's a bit of it is in the museum, yeah, in the Natural History Museum. Was there something?
Boring, yeah.
Are you saying museums are boring?
No, I like museums and art galleries and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but Fashion Week...
Science Museum and the History
That are
Museum.
rubbish. They've all got so much makeup on, they're all gaunt looking, they're wearing... One person has got like this rubber kind of S&M type...
Ooh,
design collection going on, full of rubber tassels and stuff. It was horrible.
I wouldn't mind
Anyway,
having a look
listen,
at that. Yes?
I have an alternative to the jail cell.
OK, go on then.
I think, having buried 2 of London's teenagers that have been shot in the last couple of months,
Oh, here we go, yeah.
I think that these people, or people of that age, should be brought in to see the aftermath. Because it's all very well shooting someone and just seeing them because they still look pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But after a couple of days, when you've had coroners and post-mortems and people digging around in you and all this kind of stuff, you'll see what a dead body looks like, what the result of your actions really are. And believe me, most of them, they're scared stiff, pardon the pun.
Yes, they're stiff, yes.
Yes, they are absolutely scared of dead human remains. Not a lot of people are, and that's fine. But I think that, it'd be far more effective showing them a murdered person than shoving them in a jail cell, because it doesn't matter.
Even with the bloke called Bubba?
Yeah, because that means nothing. Okay, so you might have,
Yeah.
when you might not want to. You might be
yes.
Yes.
Aviva, I've got to go to the travel. Thank you very much for that. 0870 9090 973. It's the Travel News Now with Alan Joyce.
And if you're heading onto the A13 in Barking, you still can't get off the outbound side of going away from town at Ripple Road because of an accident there. That's been stuck there for a while already, and it's causing delays in the area. Also queues in Tottenham because of roadworks on Ferry Lane, just outside Tottenham Hale Station. And Upper Clapton Road in Clapton is solid approaching the roadworks just by the Lee Bridge roundabout. Sydenham Road in Sydenham is still partly blocked for repairs to a burst water main. It looks as though traffic's having to take it in turns to get past now, so at least the road has partially reopened. In the West End, Southampton Road remains closed southbound for roadworks, and that's causing delays around Oxford Street. The M25 is fully reopened anti-clockwise between 23 and 22 after an accident earlier between South Mims and St Albans, and still slow on the M1 coming into town from 10 at Luton down to 9 at the A5 following an accident earlier, but looking better going away from town. Do add your updates though, 08000 68 60 80 on the trains. Virgin and Silverlink County services in and out of Euston still being delayed, but only by about 15 minutes now after a signal problem north of Milton Keynes, and the tube's still looking okay. LBC 97.3 travel. Your next update's in half an hour.
Next time you're out shopping and get caught out in a downpour, remember you can check out the latest weather on your mobile phone. Just call 0901 723 6666 and choose weather. Weather.
We've still got some further bursts of showery rain.
You can also select to hear news and travel updates.
Store 0901 723 6666 into your mobile now and stay in touch with LBC wherever you are, whatever you're doing.
Calls cost 35 pence per minute from a BT landline. Other networks and mobile rates may vary.
News, weather and travel on the go from LBC.
If you've recently set up in business, think of all the ways it could benefit from a £20,000 injection. Register your business at lbc.co.uk today and you could enter a competition to win £20,000 with James Max, courtesy of Lloyds TSB, the #1 bank for business startups. Conditions apply. The £20,000 business competition with James Max. Sunday afternoon from 5 with Lloyds TSB for The Journey at LBC 97.3. LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
How come James Max is going away 20 grand? That doesn't seem, We gave away a computer game last week. Ah, dear. 0870 9090 973. Good evening. If you want to give us a call, I'll mention the hummus bar in a minute. The hummus bar. Yeah, you heard me right. Lucy!
Hello, Ian. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I'm glad you're good.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm good now. I'm home and I've got a glass of wine in my hand.
There we go. We've got an alcoholic on the phone, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
it's a boozer.
like that,
Do you need it just to calm you down? Well, there's no shame in that.
No, not at all.
And what can I do for you, Lucy?
Well, it's funny. I just switched you on when I got home from work.
Yeah.
And you were talking about learning Japanese.
Oh, man, it's driving me nuts.
Yeah, I imagine. Well, I lived in Japan for a few months when I was about 12 years old.
What were you... How come?
Well, my dad, he was working over there. He's like a lecturer, a university lecturer, so he's doing some research over there.
Whereabouts?
A place called Fukuoka.
I don't know it, no.
No,
Okay.
it's not. It's kind of on the southern island, if I remember right.
Yeah.
It's, a long way from Tokyo, so not a lot of people go there.
Yeah.
But it just reminded me of a really funny little story,
Yes.
kind of from my past. I remember when we came home, we were at my grandma's house, and we were talking about like learning languages, and we were talking about learning English and how that's quite difficult. My mum was saying in English we have a lot of words for one thing, like, for example, walk, we have, like, stroll, amble, and she said, whereas in Japan, they only have one word for everything. And my grandma replied by saying, oh, really? What's that then?
Hey, there we go. Well done, Grandma.
I know, bless her.
Well done.
It just reminded me.
It is. Did you ever learn any of it?
I did. I had to do Japanese lessons. I went to, like, an international school, and we had Japanese lessons, but I was only there for a few months, so I didn't get very far with it.
It's so they have so many. They have different. They may have one word for everything, but they've got so many different counting systems. Like, if you're counting small things, there's a different word for if you're counting long things, to a different word if you're counting thin things. It's just ridiculous.
So difficult, I imagine.
And I'm really struggling with. I'm having lessons.
Learning, then? For what reason?
Just do you know, everyone is asking me that, and I haven't really got a good excuse. Just because I want to do it, and I quite like it, and I wouldn't mind living there one day.
A fantastic place to live.
I love it. I've only been there once. I love it. I want to go back there as soon as I can. But
yeah, I'd love to go back.
Lucy, listen, thank you very much for that.
Thanks, Ian.
Cheers.
Okay.
You enjoy your booze, good girl. She's going to get steaming drunk, ladies and gentlemen. You know that. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number. Well, let's have a quick recap of where we've been. London Fashion Week. What's the point? There ain't no point. But some woman phoned up. Sorry, I'm just distracted slightly. I've had an email saying that my sister may slowly be starting to go into labour. It's only 8-9 days late, and we sent an email saying, well, your sister's just called, and she says she's felt a stirring, and we may need to go over there at some point to babysit. I'm there, man. I'm there. Bring it on. We've been waiting and waiting. Come on, Joe. Let's have it. I want to meet my niece. Anyway, sorry. So, London Fashion Week. What's the point? Has anyone seen the glass prison cell? Don't blow your life away, man. Hey, man, put the gun down, man. Don't use guns. It ain't gonna work. It's old people talking to young people, and it don't work. What else? The advert with the Solvite advert. That was it. Francine, have you called in about the advert?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes,
Hello.
I have.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello there. Is this Ken Livingstone?
No, it isn't.
Oh, okay. You sound like Lady Livingstone.
Oh, no.
No. Okay. Sorry. Carry on. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you get a yoghurt and it has...
And no, hang on. Now you sound like Frank Spencer. You did a... you did a little Betty.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is like Frank Spencer and Ken Livingstone in one. I love you, Francine.
Thank you. I love you. I listen to you every
Well done. Oh, you're my favourite caller I've ever had. Go on.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so if you've got a yoghurt and it's got a picture of a real strawberry on it, which is a photograph, you know it's a real strawberry yoghurt.
Right.
If you have a yoghurt that's got a drawing of a strawberry, you know it's only strawberry flavoured. So it's false advertisement. Okay, so if they...
What? How do you... So let me... So it's a picture, it's real. If it's a drawing, it's fake.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's just the rules.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think that's real, that man went on the helicopter. I don't think that's real, because I remember the advert. I'm 31.
Okay. So you're getting on with it?
Yeah.
Me too. I'm 34. It's awful.
Oh, I know. It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't think that it's real. But maybe in the 80s, when that advert was about, maybe they didn't have these rules.
I thought in the 80s the adverts had to be real.
Oh.
Now, I don't know why. I don't know where I've got that from, but I thought that was the case, and that's what you had to do. Yeah. But I guess I'm probably... I don't know. What we need, and this is a very specific, Francine, I need an expert on the legalities of advertising in the 1980s to pick up that telephone. There'll be someone at home now who's got a book.
Why don't they just pick the phone up and then let us know then?
Well, that's what I'm asking. But there'll be someone at home who's written a thesis on the legality of advertising in the 80s, and it's been no use to them whatsoever. And now they're going, I can do it, I can phone in.
I think they should make use of it then, and they should let us know.
Exactly. 0870 90 90. Hang on a minute. How do you know the thing about the strawberries?
I don't know. I just know loads of useless information.
Oh, OK. Well done. Good work. Francine, cheers for that.
Oh, I love speaking to you. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
She was... what a delightful lady. She sounded like Frank Spencer. And I've just remembered that I was supposed to text someone today because they phoned me up and I never got back to them. Oh, look, there we go. That's nice. Sorry. Okay, good. Okay, I'm just keeping the... I may have to leave early. There may be a baby coming. You lot can get lost. There's going to be a little baby. Little niece. Oh, God. Little girl. I won't leave early. I'll stick till the end, but, you know, I ain't sticking around afterwards. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Joe is in the Bromley. Hello, Joe.
Yeah, hi, how you doing?
I'm all right, thank you.
Oh, you've caught me right in the middle of my... at work.
Well, hang on, you phoned us.
I know, but I've been waiting so long, and now I'm like Annika's challenge. I'm running around with boxes of Chinese, and I didn't know you were coming this quick. Never mind.
Well, what do you do? Do you carry boxes of Chinese?
Oh, you've forgotten already, haven't you? I rang you the other week. I delivered Chinese round Bromley.
Oh, yes, I do remember. Did she phone me last week? I haven't got a clue who this woman is.
We were talking about duck's hands, sausage dogs and things.
Oh, yes, I do remember it. And, yes, I was going to go and have a Chinese. I didn't have a Chinese, but I've had Thai noodles over the weekend, so let's
And you're telling me you're starving and I've got all these Chinese...
Oh, Joe, don't do that.
No, what a wind-up. Anyway, how you doing? All right?
Yeah, I'm excited because I may have a niece at some point soon.
You're going to labour, your sister?
Huh?
Is your sister gone into labour?
My sister's having a baby. Well, she's not gone into labour. She's a week overdue, and she's just texted my girlfriend saying that there have been stirrings. And
Oh, God, how exciting.
Because we're on emergency alert. If we need to go and look after my nephew, then we're there on emergency alert.
Darling, we'll forgive you if you go off tonight.
There we go. I'm glad.
We'll forgive you.
Excellent stuff.
Anyway,
Anyway,
London Fashion Week.
yeah, it's pointless. It is you know it's pointless.
Okay, well,
Yes.
the thing of it is, they have it, and they invite all the big buyers from all the big chain stores.
Yes.
They look at all these designer fashions,
Yes.
and then they run off and do little copies at a fraction of the price.
Right.
And that's how the sort of high street stores sort of get their new season's ideas.
I believe that's referred to as the trickle-down effect.
Hmm.
I made that up, but it's a good one.
Oh, it's a good one, yeah. It's a buzzword, isn't it?
Yes,
but that's the idea, I believe, behind the London Fashion Week. So that's where they get.
So
their...
no one actually buys the clothes that are actually on display. No one buys those.
Would you? I mean, Vivienne Westwood and all that. I mean, it's just it's just ridiculous.
Have you seen? There's a channel. I can't. Is it like? I think there's a channel called Fashion TV, and all they show is models walking up and down the catwalk. Now, generally, it's rubbish unless you stumble across, as I did purely by accident. I was looking for Cheetahs or Jerry Springer. I found Fashion TV.
Love Cheetahs.
No, Cheetahs is great. Fashion TV lingerie models.
Oh.
They're walking up and down the catwalk in their pants.
Anorexic, bony ladies.
Well, yeah, you did want to be... Hey, did you see the episode of Cheetahs where Joey Greco got stabbed?
Yes, I did.
Isn't it brilliant?
I know.
It's brilliant. If anyone doesn't know, Cheetahs
He must be on Danger Money now. What do you
Cheetahs is
reckon?
this great programme, right, where if you suspect that your partner is cheating, you call in the Cheetahs detectives, they trail your partner for like 4 or 5 days filming them, then Joey Greco, the host, shows you the film and says, we know where he is now with the girl, would you like to go and see him? Of course they do, because he's like some big fat woman who wants to get revenge. Anyway, Joey Greco, they ended up on this... I don't know how they ended up on a boat, but they ended up on a boat with the woman who's being cheated, her husband who's doing the cheating, and his girlfriend.
They were canoodling on a canoe or something.
Canoodling on a canoe. And this guy stabbed the presenter. He stabbed him. Oh,
he still does the show. Is he mad or what?
He's mental, Joey Greco. Chris, put in a call. I want Joey Greco on the show. Let's get Joey Greco from... I know he used to watch a show I did a long time ago, so we'll see.
Is it?
Well, we did.
Quite cool though, isn't he? Quite a cool geezer.
He's a cool geezer. Well, yes, he's been...
You know this thing you were talking about guns as well?
Yes, the glass prison.
This thing about handing your guns. You know how this gun amnesty?
Yes.
Where you're allowed to go... Who can you imagine these hardened gangsters...
Yeah.
Sitting around saying, "Oh, I think we better hand in the guns this week, mate."
Yeah.
No, I mean it's just ludicrous, isn't it?
We can hand it in now. We won't get in trouble. Yes, so let's go and hand them in there. It's kind of a nonsense.
And also that guy that was, I've forgotten his name now. The bloke hanging off the helicopter.
Solvite.
Oh,
What was his? I don't know what his name was. It wasn't Ted Malt because he was the Windows.
No, but wasn't he the same? You know, you said earlier on about you made me laugh about the Green Cross Code.
Oh, it wasn't the Green Cross Code man though.
It wasn't him.
It wasn't Prowse. It wasn't Darth Vader.
Oh.
No.
Oh, silly sausage.
Yes.
All right then.
Joe, I've got to go.
Okay, darling.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
Good luck with the baby.
Thank you. Yeah, so, very exciting. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number. So that advert, London Fashion Week, gun crime. Oh, I know. We can do it when we want. And also, oh man, I was in London today. Can anyone tell me what the point is of a hummus bar?
Now remember, this session is not about blame, so, Colin?
I'm still leaving. He never returns my calls. I haven't seen him for months.
Oh, come on. How can you say that?
Well, there's no support. He just doesn't take an interest anymore.
Colin, please sit down.
I'm sorry, Mr. Harrington. It's over.
Colin, please.
If you're in business and your bank no longer deserves you, start a meaningful relationship with your local business manager from Barclays. Just visit barclays.co.uk/change business bank.
I'll throw in a free mouse mat.
Barclays. Now there's a thought.
On 97.3
DAB
and online.
London's biggest conversation. LBC.
It's 8:30. I'm Holly Holland. The government has offered protection to Northern Rock's customers. The Chancellor of the Exchequer, Alistair Darling, says he'll guarantee all of the deposits. It's thought more than £2 billion has been removed from branches across the country after many savers again queued all day to clear out their accounts. Don't blow your life away. That's the message to teenagers in a series of new radio and TV ads, warning they face a 5-year jail sentence if they're caught with a firearm. 6 teenagers have been shot dead in our city this year. A man from Wandsworth's been jailed for 11 years for his part in a series of armed robberies. Perry Campbell was caught robbing an HSBC bank in Barnes in August during an intelligence-led operation by the Met Police flying squad. His partner, 43-year-old Hamid Terashet, was sentenced to 8 years at an earlier hearing. And former American football star O.J. Simpson is facing 5 charges in connection with an alleged armed robbery. He's been taken into police custody in Las Vegas. The 60-year-old says he was only recovering sports memorabilia that belonged to him. In London's travel news, the Limehouse Link Tunnel is closed heading away from town because of a police incident causing delays on the A13. And in London's weather, any showers will die out, leaving a dry night. Towards the east of London, there could be a couple of light showers, though, lows of 5 degrees Celsius. And tomorrow, cloudy towards the east for most of the day, but brighter everywhere else. With LBC, it's 8:31.
Wayne Rooney or George Clooney? Robin Van Persie or Robert De Niro? Johnny Wilkinson or Johnny Depp? Now on Sky TV, you've got a choice. For £35 a month, you could get Sky TV with a choice of Sky Sports or movies, plus wireless Sky broadband and the Sky Talk Home phone service. All 3 for just £35 a month. All you have to decide is John Terry or Halle Berry, Tiger Woods or Jeremy Irons. For our biggest ever season of sport or our greatest ever choice of movies, call 0870 9900. Sky. Believe in better.
£30 standard setup cost and BT line rental payable, subject to availability and equipment. Other product and price combinations available. Minimum contract 12 months. Further terms apply.
LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Excuse me. So, I'm in town today, and I don't know if it's on Dean Street or it's one of those streets parallel with Dean Street. I don't think it was Dean Street. It's the board outside a shop. The UK's first hummus bar. Oh, what is this? It's called like hummus bar or something. And I'm not knocking it. It looks like a perfectly good place. I'm sure the food there is excellent, but it's just hummus, is it? Is that it? It's just hummus. And of course there'll be, chopped carrots, celery, and pitta that you can dip in it. But that's it, is it? That's the gimmick. It's just hummus. If anyone has been, I think it's quite a new place. I'm saying it now. My tongue is in my cheek. But I'm actually, as I'm so hungry, I'm thinking, well, a bit of hummus wouldn't. Oh, you might hear my stomach then. It just went. A bit of hummus wouldn't go amiss. But a hummus bar, that is a real. It's not Greek. It's not Turkish. It's not Cypriot. It's hummus. It's specifically hummus. Now, if you've been there, or if you know the place of which I speak, can you give me a call? 0870 90 973. I'm really sorry. I'm so hungry. My stomach is rumbling all the time. It just a hummus bar. And is there anywhere else that's as specific as that? That's a very specific thing. Now, I didn't look at it in great detail, so there may be other things on offer. But the picture, there was a sign outside, how it works. And then there were instructions of how it works. And I know, if anyone is there, if anyone is in the area, I wish I knew what street it was on, because I want someone to read how it works. But it implied, from what I saw, from the diagram I saw, you get a bowl of hummus. And that's it. I can't think of... I like... Well, saying that, they have fondue places, which is just like melted cheese, which is nice. A nice bit of fondue. Oh, I could murder a fondue now as well. Fondue and some hummus. Anyway, 0870 9090 973. If you've seen it or if you know this place, hey, or if you're the dude that runs it, you come on, man. You can come on and have a little bit of free advertising, because I don't quite see. Imagine you're sitting around with your mates and you want to start a business and you're thinking, I know, let's just sell loads of hummus. I know you can buy it in Tesco's for 99p in quite a big tub, but let's open a hummus bar. That is all we do. Unless I read it wrong and it was something completely different, which is possible. But 0870 9090 973. Flash, are you aware of the hummus bar?
No, I'm not. No, not at all.
Would it tempt you?
Probably not. No. I'm more a crepe man myself.
Yeah. Do you know? Yes, I nearly had a crepe at the weekend. I went to the Muswell Hill Festival and I was tempted by some, but I didn't. And we ran out of money.
Yeah.
Anyway, Flash, what can I do for you?
Well, you were talking about the trickle-down effect, and they've been claiming that for motor racing for years. Like, the reason they spend millions of pounds on Formula One and that is because what they developed for Formula One eventually finds its way into a family saloon.
So, yeah.
You know, and also the fact that all motor racing is beneficial to the normal motorist. You know, you have the trickle-down effect because now we have traction control in most cars, we have ABS in most cars, we have some carbon fibre in cars, because you never see a proper bumper on a car now. There's no steel.
No, I mentioned this the other week. You don't see proper bumpers on cars anymore.
No, I mean, we don't even get them on our lorries now. You tap a shopping trolley and you've caused sort of £20,000 worth of damage to your Arctic in Sainsbury's, you know?
When it said on my screen that Flash wants to talk about the trickle-down effect in motor racing, I thought you were going to say the thing about that when they want to do a wee, they just do it while they're driving.
Oh, no.
You know they do that. If they're doing a Grand Prix and they need a wee, they do it while they're driving. They just go, they wet themselves.
Well, I mean, a friend of mine was explaining to me that, you know, that the first cars to have the ABS, I think, was the Jensen Interceptor, which Vinnie Jones drives when he rushes out the car on the advert and gets soaking wet.
Oh, yes.
Mechanic. You know, that apparently is a Jensen.
Oh, OK.
And anyway, they used to have ball bearings in their wheels on the brakes, and when centrifugal forces were going round, throwing them round, they'd stay out in the middle and the brakes would work. But as soon as the brakes locked, apparently these ball bearings would drop in and turn the brakes off.
Right.
So they'd only let the brakes go back on when the wheel was turning again.
Right.
So, and apparently that was the first type of brakes. And everybody says, well, we wouldn't have had, you know, anti-lock brakes if it wasn't for motor racing.
Yes.
You know, and it's like, well, yeah, but I could think of easier ways of developing these things.
It's like you everyone says, oh, now, why spend billions and billions of dollars on the space program? Well, because we've got Teflon now. We have non-stick pans thanks to NASA. Well, is that it?
Well, I love the fact that they spent millions on inventing a pen to work in space.
Yeah.
And the Russians looked at it and went, pen won't work in space. Well, take a pencil.
Yeah, I've heard that story.
Yeah.
I've heard that story. This is the way I heard it. That the Americans spent millions of dollars on a pen that you could write upside down anywhere in space. And very proudly, an American general went to his Russian counterpart and said, look, we have this. And yeah, as you say, the Russians went, yeah, well, we have pencils, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of basic common sense, and you can save a lot of money, you know.
Flash, listen, thank you for that, mate. Cheers, boss. 0870 9090 973. I got a bit lost with the car. Did you hear me get lost when he was talking about cars then? I didn't quite know what he was saying, but he sounded like a nice fellow, and he went on with it. So, I've just got to... OK, lovely. Just checking, see if there's any news on the baby. I will keep you informed, London. 0870 9090 973. It's John in the Orpington. Hello, John.
Hello.
Hello, boss. How's it going?
Yeah, very well. Yeah, you've got an interesting programme. Now, I don't know a lot of Japanese. You've got a pen and paper handy?
I've got pen and paper here, yes.
Righty-ho. The sentence is, konnichiwa.
Yeah, konnichiwa. That's hello.
O10.
Konnichiwa. O10. Kega.
Idis. It means, isn't it a lovely day?
Konnichiwa. O10 kega idis.
Yep. means isn't it a lovely day? And if you want to turn it into isn't it a bad day?
Yeah.
It's konnichiwa or tenka ga waru desu.
Is there not a car at the end?
No.
Oh, there's no car at the end. Okay. All right. Well,
Tenka ga.
it's not helping me. He's not. John. This isn't helping me learn it. This is confusing me even more.
Or tenka ga.
Oh, he's off.
Konnichiwa or tenka ga waru desu.
Yes.
Konnichiwa or tenka ga ii desu.
Right. What? How do you know this, John?
How do I know this? I had a friend that was Japanese at one time, and I just asked them a couple of questions of a few bits, but I've forgotten a lot of it.
It's such a complicated language. John, listen, thank you very much for that. What a delightful fruitcake. Not a clue there. I actually started writing that down. I don't know why. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. I've written something down here and I can't remember what it was about. Places where they... Oh, no, I know exactly what those were. Maybe we'll do that later on. Lisa!
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, what can I do for you?
There's a hummus bar in Brent Cross.
Oh, you're having a laugh.
It popped up at the weekend. I think the guy that I was talking to said he'd been there for 4 days, so very new. And it's like a salad. It's not a bar. It's like a salad bar with hummus and falafel and pita and salad.
And
So it's not a very exciting answer, but there is a hummus bar just open.
Well, because I don't. I wish I knew when this one opened in Soho, because it's got a sign outside saying the UK's first hummus bar.
It's called, I don't know, it's all kind of yellow rice, brown and yellow rice thing, and it's not a restaurant. It's like a portable kind of.
Oh, it's like a little wagon.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
And it's outside just as you're going into Brent Cross.
Well, hang on. Which entrance into Brent Cross? I was going through the John Lewis entrance.
It's the John Lewis entrance. There's a florist. There's a.
Oh, I know. I know exactly what you mean. I know
where the mother and baby parking spaces are.
I bought. What did I buy there? I came out of. What was it? I was carrying. I bought something in John Lewis. It's like a really boring piece of furniture. Oh, what the hell was it? And as I came out of there.
You didn't see a hummus bar?
No, I didn't see a hummus bar, but a guy went, I bought a duvet. That was it. I bought a duvet, like 13.5 tog. And I was umming and ahhing about this duvet for ages. As I came out, a guy went, it's a really good duvet, that, you'll like that. I thought, what a weird... I don't think he didn't work at John Lewis.
I recognised you and wanted to just acknowledge that he knew you.
He wanted to acknowledge that he knew about duvets, the weirdo.
He probably knew nothing about duvets. He probably just wanted to say hello, but he was a bit embarrassed, so he thought he'd be clever.
Bless him. Lisa, thank you very much for that.
My pleasure.
Cheers, bye-bye. Richard.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, Richard.
How you doing?
I'm all right. You're in Soho. Are you near the hummus bar?
Yeah, I'm round the corner. It's in Wardour Street.
Wardour Street. You can't go and read the instructions for me, could you?
I would have done, but I've just got a POB. I'm off to Liverpool Street Station. I'm really sorry, buddy. Otherwise, I would have done it.
Oh man, never mind. Have you been in there, Richard?
No, but I've got to tell you, every time I go past it, it is absolutely chock-a-block.
Really?
I swear to you, it's like rammed out and they're queuing outside, and I can't believe. Sometimes I look through the window and these people, all they're doing is eating hummus, and that is it. There's nothing else.
There is nothing else. It's just hummus.
Yeah, honestly, it's just madness.
Is it madness or is it hummus?
I mean, they must be making a fortune on that stuff.
But how much can you... seriously, how much money can you make on hummus?
I really don't know. I was in catering for like 25 years in sandwich bars, and I know there's a good markup on a lot of stuff, but...
Really?
That stuff must be like... I mean, what is it, made of chickpeas, isn't it?
It's chickpeas, a bit of lemon juice, a bit of garlic, and that's pretty much it.
So it's all right for a starter, but I don't know. Someone's got a brainwave going on.
Out there. There is a Greek or a Cypriot or a Turkish genius that has realised we are all suckers over here for a bit of hummus. Richard, cheers, that boss.
All right, Ian, nice one.
Thank you. 0870 90. Oh, hang on, Rachel.
Yes, hi. I just wanted to say that I have been to that hummus bar
in Soho.
Yeah, about a year ago.
Oh, so it's been there... Hang on, it's been there for that long?
Yes, and it's great. The food's lovely.
How come I've missed it before? This is incredible. It looked brand new when I saw it.
It's been there about a year, and it was advertised in Time Out.
Oh. So tell me... and it's got instructions on the window, how it works?
Yeah, maybe. I can't remember that.
Okay.
But I remember they had a suggestion box if you wanted to put an improvement, suggest an improvement.
Yeah.
And the only thing we could think of was that
More hummus.
juices should have been homemade, the orange juice and the peach juice.
Yeah.
But it's great, and I think they were American that ran it.
So
brothers,
what?
two brothers.
So what? Just go through the menu.
Well, I can't really remember. It was a year ago, but it was hummus, salad you could have,
Yes.
and
Hummus.
different sort of olives maybe. But it was just great. It was a main course. Lovely. Lovely idea, and it's healthy.
So is hummus healthy?
Yeah, it's
Is it?
chickpeas. How do they make it? Chickpeas mashed up.
Bit of lemon, bit of garlic. Bob's
and
your
then
uncle.
some oil, sesame oil or some
Bit
oil.
of olive oil, probably, if it's...
Yeah,
yes.
so it's a great idea.
Well, Rachel, thank you very much for
All
that.
right, bye.
Cheers, bye-bye. Well, there we go. It turns out that... how come it's been there for a year, at least, and I've never noticed it? Wow, OK. Anyway, 0870 90 90 973. Oh, another thing. Here's a question. Where do I get an electric skateboard from? It's the travel news now. It's Alan Joyce.
Thanks, Ian. And if you're heading to the Limehouse Link tunnel, there are slight delays going away from town following an incident there, which did close it for a short time, but the tunnel has now fully reopened. In Barking, the exit of the A13 at Ripple Road has now fully reopened following an accident there earlier on. Still busy around Tottenham, though, because of the roadworks on Ferry Lane just outside Tottenham Hale Station. And in Clapton, still delays on Upper Clapton Road. Been slow there all afternoon and evening so far because of the roadworks just by the Lee Bridge roundabout. Partial closure on Sydenham Road in Sydenham because of a burst water main just by Addington Grove, so the repair works are continuing. Traffic's having to take it in turns to get past, and in the West End, Southampton Road is closed southbound for repairs, and that's causing queues on Upper Woburn Place and also along Oxford Street. Latest situation on the trains now. Virgin and Silverlink County services in and out of Euston have delays of up to 15 minutes because of a signal failure just north of Milton Keynes. On the tubes, no problems at the moment, but the Victoria line is suspended after 10 tonight because of planned engineering works. LBC 97.3 travel. Your next update is in half an hour.
If you're thinking of surrendering an endowment policy, then you could budget for much more by selling through AAP. Call 0845 073 1960.
Wicked, the spectacular smash hit musical, is now in its second spellbinding year. Wicked tells the incredible untold story of the legendary Witches of Oz and why they called one good and the other wicked. Wicked at London's Apollo Victoria Theatre. Call the ticket line on 0870 380 0973. Wicked with LBC 97.3. Ian Lee's Good Evening.
Right. I'll tell you why I asked that question. About the electric skateboard. Sorry, that was about 3 minutes ago. I realise I'm picking up it's like I've frozen. I saw some dude. I was driving through Camden. I haven't paid the congestion charge! Oh, thank you for reminding me, Ian. Let me write that on my hand. Congestion charge. Oh, that was nearly an expensive ting. Congestion charge. Right. So, driving through Camden, and there was this dude on this skateboard, and I thought, well, he looks like an idiot. He's too old to be on a skateboard. And I thought, well, hang on. He's not putting his foot on the floor to propel himself. You know the way you do, where you stand on a skateboard and you... I'm miming it. Pointless to mime it, but it's giving me some enjoyment. He's not doing that. And I looked, and he's got a little bit of an engine underneath it. Not like I guess an engine, or maybe a battery. I don't know what. But he was going some pace. Where the hell can I get a good quality, decent electric skateboard? I don't care if I look stupid. I don't care, actually. I bet it's probably quite dangerous. Without getting too boring and technical as well, it can't be legal on a pavement, can it? You know some old biddy is going to kick off and throw a hessy fit. So, 0870 90 90 973. Electric skateboards. I want one. I want one now. Where do I get it from? Who's going to give me one free? That's it. Let's lay our cards on the table. And speaking of stuff, Halo 3's coming out soon on the Xbox. Oh, yes, please. I'll have some of that. Anyway, it's Bob. Hello, Bob.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Bob.
Back on the subject of motor racing drivers exhuming bodily fluids while they're in the middle of a race.
Yes.
I read an article on Damon Hill. It's actually written by Damon Hill.
Yes. The most boring man in the world, apparently.
Yeah, but I mean, we enjoyed it when he was competing at the top, didn't we? Because, the exclusion of Lewis Hamilton, there are very few Englishmen that make it.
Yes.
Motor racing. Anyway,
yes.
They're on the grid.
Yes.
Apparently, all their bladders are popping because they've taken on litres of fluid because they know they have to.
Yeah.
They're racing in summer months, like tennis players, they play the seasons around the world.
Yeah.
And at the end of the race, no one's got any left because all the fluid has basically been sweated out of the body. No. He said he sometimes didn't urinate for 2 days after a race.
No, I don't believe that because if there's fluid in your bladder, you can't then sweat that out. That's in your bladder. That's ready for the next stage of disposal. That can't be sweated out.
I think that is what happens. You talk about sweating out alcohol. It's bodily fluid. It might.
But the alcohol is in your blood. That's different. That's in your bloodstream. If there's urine actually in your bladder, we're having a proper medical discussion here. This is quite exciting.
About which neither of us know.
No, we're both clutching at straws here. Let's be honest. but I know that when I've really needed to pee. That no amount of sweat is going to remove that from my bladder. I think once it's in the bladder, it's become toxic, and you have to get rid of it.
Yeah, but it's all about fluid placement, isn't it? I mean, when if you get dehydrated, if you don't take on board the equal amount of fluid, then you're going to die, basically.
And I heard from about the drivers wetting themselves from David Coulthard's. Well, no, it wasn't from David Coulthard. Anyway, it's from some physio guy that worked with David Coulthard and Eddie Irvine. That's what they do.
Yeah, I'm sure that was just told for effect to excite people. I reckon Damon's version is the right one.
Bob, okay, I disagree with you, but thank you for your call. If anyone else knows, are we really talking about how racing drivers? But that can't. No, I don't believe him. If you need to go to the toilet, you can't then sweat that out. That's not. It's medically, it's a different system altogether. It's different plumbing. The man's a fool. Maggie.
Konnichiwa.
Konbanwa.
That's the only word I know.
You're
drumming it into my brain, dear.
Yeah, it's a good word. Well done, you.
Yeah, and you're heavy breathing into the phone earlier on about that game.
I got very excited. Well, the Halo 3 is coming out. It's on the Xbox, and it's supposed to be...
Yes, I heard you got excited.
It's supposed to be one of the greatest games ever.
What game is it?
Halo 3? Well, you're...
Oh, it's Halo.
Halo.
I thought you said something else. Oh, right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, anyway, when have you got any other nieces or nephews?
I've got a little nephew.
Oh, right. So is this definitely a girl?
It's definitely a girl, yes. We have the confirmation that it's a girl, and it's over a week overdue, and she's not gone into labour yet, but I've just heard that she's felt the first twinges.
The stirring.
The stirring. So I'm on emergency call. I could get a call any time tonight to go down there and look after, my little nephew.
That's fantastic. Congrats anyway.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, it was my birthday last week.
Happy birthday for last week.
Thank you. And one of my exes came down to spend a couple of days with me.
Oh, yes.
And,
never a good idea.
Sorry?
Never a good idea to get back with an ex.
We're really good friends.
Oh,
great.
okay.
It's great. Anyway, I had a migraine, the one day.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, I know, it's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I got out of bed and went into the lounge, and he was watching Fashion TV.
Fashion TV, yeah.
Yes, with women parading around in bikinis. I didn't even know the channel existed.
Oh, it's awful channel, really awful. It's just so pointless. Apart from the swimwear and the lingerie.
Well, as I say, he was watching that. I didn't, as I said, God.
But there are better channels than that.
Oh yeah.
For that.
And about that racing driving thing, I think it's a combination of both. Because if you full up of liquid, then some liquid won't fit into the bladder, so it will sort of come out.
I can't believe we're talking about drivers weeing. That's surely not the direction that the new bosses want the station to go in, is it?
Yeah,
it can't
but your show is different, so it would,
Well, yeah, maybe. But if it's in your bladder, you can't sweat that out.
But I mean, it can't all be in your bladder. It's
no, but exactly no. Some of it will sweat out, but the stuff that is in your bladder can't then be sweated out.
That's what I'm saying. It's a combination, really.
Yeah. Okay, Maggie, thank you for that.
Anyway, you take care.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
She had on my screen. She wants to talk about Cheaters. Cheaters was not mentioned. If you haven't seen Cheaters, Man, you've got to go and watch it. It's just the best programme ever. It's got to the point where I'm seeing cheaters that I've seen before, but I was able to predict what the outcome would be last week, because I'd seen it before. That's not prediction, is it? That's remember. And it's just fantastic. No one... Chris, has anybody called in yet to tell me where I can get hold of an electric skateboard? Anyone?
Yes, and we're getting him back right now.
Oh, righty. Fine. We'll get him up after 9 o'clock. We'll have him after 9, because I want that. I don't think you have to pay congestion charge on an electric skateboard. I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyway, 0870 9090 973. Tony's in the Heathrow. Hello, Tony.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, sir.
I used to deliver to the chef who makes the humus for the humus rubbers.
Oh, well, hang on a minute. So this is the place in Soho?
Yeah.
And did you deliver directly to the place in Soho?
No, he makes it in Belsize Park in the community centre there. He rents the kitchen out of the community centre.
Really?
Yeah, he goes there about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Makes it all up. And they're not brothers who own it.
Right.
It's a defence from the army.
Right. And are they Americans?
No, they're Israeli.
Oh, okay. What's the Israeli self-defence? It's like karate, but it's got it's got a native. This is what we need in the next hour. If anyone who's been in the Israeli army, what's the self-defence that they learn? Because it's like lethal. Anyway, that's going off on a slight tangent. And is it any good, this hummus, Tony?
It's absolutely gorgeous. He used to give me a load of it.
Oh, really? Hummus is one of the greatest foods known to mankind. There's no denying it.
He makes it fresh every day. You know what I mean? It is really nice.
My girlfriend can make hummus, and it's something else having homemade hummus.
We tried the boiled eggs there.
Have I tried the what?
Boiled eggs.
No.
We boil them for like 12 hours.
What?
They boil them for about 12 hours.
What does that do to them?
Dunno.
Oh, all right, nice one. Tony, thank you for that.
All right, mate. Try eBay for a motorised board.
I will have a look. Did he just say the boiled eggs? Boiled for 12 hours? What does that do to them? I don't know. What? That doesn't seem possible. Look, someone's trying to come in. Good lad. I'm so hungry. I want you to make time go quicker so I can be at home having my dinner. You just waving your hands like that. Does not time speed up. Samantha.
Hello, my darling. How are you?
Oh, God, you're excitable. Calm down. It's just an advert.
Sorry.
Mm.
Okay. Hi. How are you?
I'm very well. No, actually, I preferred you the way you were before.
Hello.
Yay! Hello, Samantha. Have you been,
Okay.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Have you been drinking or taking drugs this evening?
No, I haven't actually. No, I'm just.
You say no, I haven't actually. As though every other night you have been doing both of those things. Shame on you. All right, what can I do for you?
Okay. I'm a St John volunteer.
Right.
And we learn a bit about medical stuff, and I thought I'd clear up the ambiguity about bodily fluids.
Okay, good. Please do.
Okay. You are right that if it's already in your bladder, you cannot then sweat it out. It has to come out
Yep.
the way it should.
Yes.
The more fluid you drink, a proportion of that gets retained by your body,
Right.
and the waste products get passed through to be excreted.
Right.
The more you sweat, the more fluid you excrete through your pores, the less will then come out of your bladder.
Right.
So motor racers and things like that, they have to take on so much fluid because they sweat 90% of it out, and it's only a smaller amount that then gets passed through the bladder.
But it does get passed while they're driving.
Yes, it can do. If they
I'm not saying they all do. I'm not saying they're all weirdos and they all. That's part of why they get into the sport.
No,
But it's just an
depends
interesting
how,
thing.
how close to the race they actually take on those fluids.
Yeah.
Because they have to store it up in their body
Yeah.
for them to sweat it out and not get dehydrated. So they have to time it really perfectly.
Ah.
And that's the way it works.
Astronauts wear nappies.
I'm sure they do. Actually.
Yeah, no, I only found this out 2 weeks ago, I think. And of course, when you hear it, it's like, of course they do. They're in space. There's no gravity. Of course they do. But when I heard it, it was like, ooh, suddenly being an astronaut ain't nowhere near as glamorous as I was expecting it to be.
No, you only see a little bit on the surface. All the good stuff of bouncing off the walls and things.
Yeah.
Trying to catch globules of water as it flies around the rim. But
No wonder those spacesuits are so big and bulky. Who knows what else is going on under there?
Don't think I want to know. Really.
No, I don't. Samantha, listen, thank you for that.
Cheers, Ian.
Cheers, bye-bye.
Bye.
There we go. Oh, David.
Hello.
Do you know what the Israeli self-defence is called?
I do. It's called Krav Maga.
Oh.
If that's the one you're thinking.
That wasn't the one I was thinking of. I thought Krav Maga was a... no, he didn't play MacGyver. No, it's someone else.
No, yeah. As far as I know, it's called Krav Maga, because I've been doing that since January.
Okay.
And it's pretty intensive. It's like you do a cardio workout, first of all.
Yeah.
And you learn... It's kind of like a cross between kickboxing and street fighting.
You pick up, like, keys and shove keys in their face and stuff like that, isn't it?
Well, you're not taught that, because... If you're holding one and you have to defend yourself, then so be it. But you're taught just how to punch, how to strike people.
David, I've got to go. Listen, thank you for that. Is that the one I'm thinking of? I'm not sure.
On 97.3
DAB
and online.
London's biggest conversation. LBC.
At 9, a new case of foot and mouth is suspected in Surrey. Police name M4 murder victim, and signed Potter books are under lock and key in Scotland. It's 9 o'clock. I'm Holly Holland. DEFRA has confirmed that blood tests on a sheep on a farm in Surrey suggest a new case of foot and mouth disease. The affected livestock are from a property within the existing protection zone. All animals on the farm are to be slaughtered, and further tests are being carried out. The Chancellor of the Exchequer says the government will guarantee all of Northern Rock's deposits. It follows another day in which people have been queuing outside branches to remove their savings, with the bank's share price dropping more than 35%. And the crisis appears to be spreading as the value of Alliance and Leicester shares have fallen by 31%. Alistair Darling says there's no reason to panic.
People can continue to take their money out of the Northern Rock Bank, as I have said, but if they choose to leave their money in the Northern Rock Bank, it will be guaranteed safe and secure. We will continue to work here and internationally to do everything we can to maintain a stable and strong economy.
Police have named a man found dead at the Travelodge at Heston service station on the M4 as Gareth MacDonald. The 30-year-old from North Wales was found in a room on Saturday morning. A post-mortem revealed he died from head injuries. A man is still speaking to detectives in West London over his death. A life-size mobile prison cell is the Met Police's latest tool in the fight against gun crime. The replica is part of a campaign to target teenagers in London at risk of becoming involved in gun crime. The campaign also involves a series of radio and TV ads to be broadcast over the next 4 weeks. A man's been sentenced to 11 years in prison after being found guilty of being involved in a string of armed robberies across London. Perry Campbell from Wandsworth was sentenced at Southwark Crown Court earlier. Maggie Doyle has more from the LBC News Centre.
47-year-old Campbell was caught after an intelligence-led flying squad operation. He was under surveillance in August when he was caught robbing a HSBC bank in Barnes with his partner Hamid Tereshet. 43-year-old Tereshet from Ravenscourt Park was earlier sentenced to 8 years for robbery and possession of an imitation firearm. The court heard how the pair carried out a recce of the bank dressed in boiler suits before returning over an hour later. Campbell threatened the cashier with a black handgun before making off with over £20,000 in cash. They were stopped and arrested by armed officers as they made off.
And a complete set of Harry Potter books signed by J.K. Rowling are being auctioned on eBay. They're so valuable they're being kept at a police station in Scotland. The money raised will go to a local book charity, and the auction starts next Monday. In London's travel news, on the trains, Virgin and Silverlink county services have delays of up to half an hour in and out of Euston after a signal failure. Remember, if you're away from your radio and want to stay in touch with the latest news, weather and travel, you can call 0901 723 6666. Calls cost 35p a minute from a BT landline. Other networks and mobile rates may vary. And in London's weather, any showers will die out, leaving a dry night. Towards the east of London, there could be a couple of light showers, lows of 5 degrees Celsius, and tomorrow cloudy towards the east but brighter everywhere else. LBC, it's 9:03.
London's biggest conversation. LBC.
LBC
97.3.
I'm an accident waiting to happen. I'm the bloke at work who's supposed to tell you how to use the machinery safely. But I ain't really bothered whether you remember all the instructions or not. My job is just to read them out to you. So one day you might need BGR Bloomer solicitors. Because if you have an accident and it ain't your fault, they're the people who could help you get compensation. With BGR Bloomer, you talk directly to a solicitor, and their service is completely free because they're paid by the insurers of the person who caused the accident. BGR Bloomer solicitors. 0800 1 777 666. Oh, hey, mind that, it's sharp. Ow! Ooh, it's got hurt.
LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Good evening.
This is more like it. So, should we do a little recap? We're 2 hours into the show. We have 56 minutes left. Clive Ball's on at 10 o'clock, by the way. Oh, God. When we were downstairs, right, before the show, Clive was in particularly early today, which was always nice. And Jenny Barnett was there, who'd been filling in for Paul Ross. Now, I met Jenny, I don't know, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, when I was still at college, I think, maybe, and she was presenting one of these daytime ITV programmes, and my sister was working on it as like a production assistant or something. And I got a video of it. I'll put the video up on YouTube if I can find it. If I can still find it, it's brilliant. And I'm sort of in the background in like this sort of scene, and Jenny's doing this piece about, is it embarrassing to go out and have dinner on your own or go out to a drink on your own? And there's me and this girl, and this girl slaps me, and I get up and go, phew, and walk away. Or she walks away, actually. She gets up and walks away. And so I worked with her on that, but I didn't think she'd particularly remember me. And I don't think she did remember me that I'd done that. No, she did. She did, fair play. I mentioned it and she came out with it. And also, I used to really fancy, who I think it's a stepdaughter. A daughter of a stepdaughter. I went to college with her. I used to really fancy her. So I was talking to Jenny, and it was all very nice, and she's lovely and very loud and brilliant and stuff, and she was going to phone Zoe up, this girl, and say that I was there and that I really fancied her. And I was going, well, don't do that. And then suddenly she's picked up the phone, and she's going dialing, and thank God she couldn't get through. And then she saw Clive. And I went, oh, all right, Clive. Oh, you're Clive! And, Clive's face was like, oh, my God, there's a potty woman in here. Where was that? I was going somewhere with that story, and I've completely forgotten where I was going with that. Where was I going with it? What was I going... No, it wasn't that bit, no. Where was I going with it? Chris, any idea where I was going with that story about Clive Ball, Jenny Barnett...
Spelling?
Spelling?
She was asking how to spell certain words.
Oh, she was, but no, that wasn't it? I thought I was genuinely going somewhere with that story, and it's completely gone. Well, it may come back later. Right, so, let's have... No, it's gone. Right, so what have we mentioned so far? Just in case you've tuned in, London, and you want, and the DAB regions, and you want to contribute. London Fashion Week, it's happening now. I think it is this week, isn't it? I'm looking at my watch. Yes, it is this week. What's the point of it? Is there anything to get excited about? It's absolutely nonsense. What else is there? Oh, the glass prism that's been taken around London so that kids give up their guns, because there's a big glass cell being touted around. Don't blow yourself away. It's a slogan. That's not gonna... it's as far as slogans go, it's not as good as watch out, there's a Humphrey about. You don't know what that is, do you, Chris?
What is it?
I'm not quite sure, actually. I remember the slogan, but I don't... Was a Humphrey... I don't want to get all Andy Crane on us here, and this isn't the way the show's going to go, but wasn't a Humphrey like a rabbit? And it was advertising... milkshake, but in a straw. So it was a straw of milkshake. Alex, do you remember it? Watch out, there's a Humphrey about.
I remember the slogan, but I don't remember what it was for.
No, I don't know. So, well, here we go. This is 0870 9090 973. Very quickly, what was that? Don't worry, this isn't the direction we're going in. We're not going to go all Andy Crane on you every day, but when these things pop in my head, the questions need to be answered. So, yes, don't blow yourself away. Don't blow your life away. It seems like an absolute nonsense, really. Oh, look, I'm just getting emails about this baby. Hang on a second. I'm sorry about that. This is very unprofessional. Electric skateboards. Where the hell do I get one? I want one. What else was there? I think, the hummus bar as well. What's so attractive about the hummus bar? And skydiving. We talked about skydiving. Why would anyone want to go skydiving? Surely it's the most pointless and dangerous thing. There's other stuff I've got, which we may get to as the show goes on. We'll see how it goes. Right, who's been here the longest out of Carl and Martin? It's Carl, I'm afraid. Hello, Carl.
Right.
All right.
I've got one of those skateboard things.
You've got an electric skateboard?
Yeah.
How does it work?
Well, there's two different ones. You've got the thing holding your hand.
Oh, yeah. This guy didn't have anything holding in his hand. Hello? Carl? What? Carl?
Yeah.
Carl? We've lost Carl. OK, well, I suspect there were alien forces that worked there that didn't want Carl to tell us what was going on. Martin!
Hello.
Hello, Martin.
Yeah, mate, how you doing?
Excellent, thank you.
Cool. Glad Carl went there. I was like,
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Why the ambiguity towards Carl?
No, he's supposed to be in bed. He said about 5, didn't he?
Kids don't go to bed. Kids, young people don't go to bed at 9 o'clock anymore.
Yeah, I know.
I remember I used to go to bed when Crossroads finished. As soon as the Crossroads music came on, up the wooden BED for Iain Lee, up the wooden hill to Bedfordshire, 7 o'clock. That was until I was 17 years old. Anyway, Martin, what can I do for you?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the hummus bar.
Yeah.
I work just around the corner from it, and one of my friends come back with something that looked like hummus with like chicken and beef.
Yeah.
They had like toppings and stuff like that, and apparently they donate their leftovers to charity at the end of the day.
What charity?
I'm not sure. Said it in the window.
Like,
and like I don't know, I'm not sure really. But it's really nice.
I'd imagine it would be like some homeless charity or something.
Could be like that van that goes around Westminster or something.
Look, this gives out soup. Yeah. Hey, have you ever been to? So it's good food in there, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Do you know? I'm actually I'm gonna have to try it now. I should be able to get a freebie after banging on about it so much. Have you ever been to the? And it only dawned on me recently. I walk past it nearly every time I'm in London, and it's vegetarian. The Hare Krishna place in near Soho Square.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
I bet those Krishnas do some cracking vegetarian food, but I've never been in there.
No, I haven't seen it. I've heard about it.
Okay.
But yeah, just one more thing.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, they do like a boiled egg thing that's mixed up with fava beans.
Right.
And stuff like that. It's like kind of funky. And they have an evening and dinner menu.
Right.
So it's like...
So it's more than just hummus, is what we're getting at.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Martin, listen, thank you very much for that. If anyone's been to the Krishna place... they're kind of cool. I can walk past it all the time. I go through Soho Square quite a lot. And I bet they do cracking vegetarian food. And the Krishnas have got... the Krishnas are the only people who I don't mind stopping me in London, because they're always quite nice. And they're always quite friendly. And, they seem to be saying quite a nice thing. I don't like the idiots giving out the free newspapers, because they are... Seriously, I'm surprised that lot haven't had a good kicking. Because they are so aggressive when they're... Free London Light and the other one, what's it called? The London Light and London... the New... I don't know what it's called. But they really are... They sort of stand in your way and thrust the paper in your chest. It's like... Other way. I was on the phone today and I had to keep going, no thanks, bruv, no thanks. Oh, dear. But the Krishnas, I don't mind the Krishnas stopping me, because they're all quite... I don't particularly stop, but they're quite good at letting you go on and, blessing you and doing all that stuff. I quite like the Krishnas. Is it a religion, Krishna? I think it's a religion. I'm not... Is it a religion or a cult? 0870 90 90 973. It's Marchin.
Evening.
Evening,
Bon
sir.
bonsoir.
Comme bonsoir.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah,
going well.
It's going very, very well.
You know what? I was a bit aggressive once with a window cleaner. You know, the ones who do your windscreen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I told him I didn't want it done, and he said no on certain words. He used an F word at me.
Oh, right.
At that point, I got out of the car.
Oh, dear.
This is at Marble Arch.
Yes.
And he left his bottle on the little barrier in the middle of the dual carriageway.
Yeah.
Just by the lights there. I grabbed it, and he was sort of running across all 4 lanes of traffic.
Yeah, what?
We were all sitting at the traffic lights. I tossed it, and just as he jumped over the barrier to get onto the pavement, the bottle hit him on the back of the head.
No, Martin, you can't do that.
Everyone in the car, everyone else in the cars all around me applauded.
I do not condone.
I could do that.
No, naughty.
No, well, yeah, but I didn't want my windscreen washed, and he wasn't prepared to take no for an answer.
We mentioned this last week. I've got a button on my car that cleans my windscreen for me.
Yeah, I've got a little stick that does it.
Yeah, a little stick.
Yeah. You move the stick up and down, it does all sorts of things on my windscreen.
Yeah, it works for me. Anyway, Martin, are you a fan of the fashion show? Fashion Week?
You know what? I got invited to one, and it was quite unusual. And I think if you have a special type of credit card, you get invited to all sorts of special events. And
What do you mean a special type of credit card?
Well, it has to be platinum, and it's got to be from the United States.
Oh. But also, I believe that credit card isn't accepted everywhere.
No, it isn't.
No,
I never used it. I never used it. I was too embarrassed to use it.
Yeah, no, a lot of people turn their nose up at it. I don't know why, but...
I know it was a business, sort of thing that I had for a couple of years. Anyway, they sent me this invite, and it was at Harrods for a fashion show.
Yeah.
And I think this would be in your sort of line. You might have enjoyed this. I went with my wife.
Yes.
And to be honest, I was a bit embarrassed because the room was half empty.
Yeah.
And the only people sitting down all had trench coats.
Oh.
And the women were wearing lingerie.
Yes.
Now, I didn't know whether to just walk through or stop and look, because my wife was sort of giving me the eye saying, you know, what sort of fashion show is this? I said, well, it's lingerie. You know, sure.
Yes.
But, you know, I didn't sit. We sort of walked through the department and out the other end.
So hang on, you got invited to a lingerie fashion show because you got a credit card?
Yeah. It was one of those promotional things. But there wasn't many people sitting there. It was an evening do, so Harrods was open late anyway for all the customers who've got platinum cards or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were walking around the store, and the show was sort of like 9ish, so we went upstairs to watch the show. But there wasn't a lot of people there, so, you know, you felt a bit odd if you sat down.
Yes.
Yeah, so we sort of walked through. There's a couple of girls walking around with hardly anything on.
God, blimey. Are you sure you're in Harrods and not one of those strip joints?
No, it's definitely Harrods. Because we then went up to the top floor to have some coffee and cake, you know.
Is that a euphemism?
No.
Oh, it wasn't. OK. Martin, I've got to go. Thank you very much for that. Travel news now, Alan Joyce.
And if you're heading onto the train, some good news at last, actually. Virgin and Silverlink County services returning to normal now in and out of Euston after those signalling problems north of Milton Keynes earlier on. Tubes are running OK as well, but the Victoria line will be suspended after 10 o'clock again this evening because of planned engineering works. Doesn't look too bad on the roads either. The roadworks in Tottenham still continuing to cause delays on Ferry Lane, just outside Tottenham Hale Station. Upper Clapton Road in Clapton still looks very busy approaching the roadworks up by the Lee Bridge roundabout. And Sydenham Road in Sydenham is still partially blocked to Addington Grove, and that's because of repairs to a burst water main. Traffic's having to take it in turns to get past. Plus, in the West End, Southampton Row is still closed southbound for repairs, and that's been causing delays around Upper Woburn Place and around Oxford Street throughout the afternoon as well. Not looking too bad at all on the motorways either, but don't forget, if you want to check details of all the overnight roadworks, you could do that via the travel pages of our website. Go to lbc.co.uk and then click on the Advanced Travel Planner section from there. LBC 97.3 Travel. Your next update is in half an hour.
Do you need more time with Nick?
To come back to the story that's on so many of your front pages.
Or do you want to catch up with Clive?
Seems a bizarre story, but apparently it's true.
LBC Plus lets you listen again to a whole world of LBC programmes with no interruptions.
Not secular, though, not.
No interruptions. You can listen on your computer or transfer to your iPod or MP3 player to listen on the move. There's a whole archive of LBC programmes for you to choose from. Or you can catch some special features you just won't hear on the radio. You can join from just £2 a month by going to lbc.co.uk and clicking on LBC Plus. LBC Plus. Just click and listen.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, Britain! It's challenge time again!
Churchill, I heard you really guarantee to beat car insurance renewals.
Oh, yes.
And your website's so good, you've been voted best online car insurance provider by yourmoney.com.
Oh, yes.
I don't suppose you... I mean, have you got a date for the ceremony yet?
Oh, get you little minx. Make haste, Britain! For our best prices, go online at Churchill.com. Price guaranteed cover must be on an equivalent basis to ours for 3 claim 3 years. Conditions apply.
Ian Lee's Good Evening.
So here we go, right? I was in this place today, and it's a really weird, intimidating place, which I'll talk about it being intimidating maybe later on or maybe tomorrow. Oh, no, this wasn't the intimidating place. This was before the intimidating place. Well, I can't remember what it was, but I was in there. And this guy, behind the counter, it was a shop or something, had this form on the counter, and I thought, well, that looks vaguely familiar. So, how do I know what that for? And I was sort of looking at it, I thought, I don't know. It was a pools coupon. He was doing the pools. Now, Chris, do you know what the pools is? Or are you too young to know what the pools...
My mum used to do it. Is that the thing with all the tiny little X's in the little tiny boxes?
Did your mum ever let you do it for her?
Once.
My dad used to let me do the pools. He used to let me fill in the... Yes, it's the thing where the you fill in the X's to guess... I think you're guessing if a football match is going to be a draw or a win.
Yeah, but didn't they stop it and then they did spot the ball instead?
No, spot the ball's completely different. Spot the ball is completely different. How did they... In Spot the Ball, how did they make the ball disappear? Because that was before Photoshop, before any of that. How did they make the ball disappear in Spot the Ball? Anyway, so this guy was doing the pools. What? People don't still do the pool. I was so amazed. I wanted to talk to him about it, but I thought I was just shocked. People don't still do the pools, do they? Really? I thought that had been superseded by the lottery, because I remember when the lottery came out, or like Littlewoods. Is it still Littlewoods pools? I don't know. Anyway, maybe people can tell me. But Littlewoods, or whoever ran the pools at that point, was like, well, this is really unfair, you know. This is not really fair, you know. It's the end of the pools as we know it, and the pools have been around for... Well, you said the pools man would come round. This bloke would come round every week, collect, I don't know, what, 10 bob, something, 50 pence, something like that. 10 bob, I was born after decimalisation, so it's silly for me to say that. But collect like 50p a week or something, and it's an odd, old-fashioned, quaint thing. If anybody listening to this does the pools, I'm guessing you're an old man. Although the fella in the shop wasn't that much older than me. Can you just call me up and tell me why? Maybe it wasn't the pool. I could have got it wrong. Maybe the pools has ended. Maybe I've got it wrong. 0870 90 90 973. Jackie, you're an old lady. Do you do the pools?
You cheeky monkey. I've just put it on Google and I've just found out that it does still exist.
The pool, and is it still the Littlewoods pools?
There's Littlewoods football pools. It's now the 2.5 million game.
Was it Ernie who did the pool? No, Ernie was the...
No, Ernie was the
bonds.
The Brook bonds.
I was going to say Basildon bond. What, post office? Savings bonds?
Yes, savings bonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, I must admit, the phones haven't gone mental with people phoning in saying, yes, I'll do the pools.
Yeah, they will. They will. You know they will.
They will do.
But going on for the subject of me being an old lady.
Yes, Grandma.
Ernie. Humphrey.
What?
Watch out, there's a Humphrey.
Oh, watch out. Yeah, what the hell was it?
Okay, it was for the milk.
Oh.
And it was to encourage children to drink more milk.
Right.
But you never actually saw Humphrey. You never knew what Humphrey was. You just saw a straw and then the milk disappearing from the glass. So it was just, you better drink your milk up before.
Otherwise, before an invisible monster comes and drinks it and then kills you after he's been fueled by milk.
I mean, these days, kids would just turn around and say, don't be so ridiculous.
So what was... Humphrey wasn't the straw, then, that had milkshake in it?
No, you just saw the straw. All you saw was the straw, and then you saw it sort of sucking up milk.
She said sucking up. She said sucking up, don't worry.
Sucking
I know, there was a little catch in your throat there that made it sound like... Yeah, OK, we've got the basics.
And the milk would disappear, so it was to encourage children to drink up their milk before Humphrey got it.
Okay,
but you never actually saw... Do you know what? You said that you thought Humphrey was a rabbit.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I used to think Humphrey was hippopotamus.
Oh, crikey.
I know, that's sad. Just before I go,
yes,
Jenny Barnett.
Yeah.
I quite like Jenny Barnett.
Yeah.
Now, the story you were telling...
She's bonkers.
Yes, I know.
Oh, she's bonkers. I'll tell you that for nothing.
That's why I like it. Now, the story you were telling was when your sister was a production assistant and you had to be behind her at a table and a girl walked off, and then you went off at the tangent.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything to do with that, was it? You were going to tell us?
Oh, that was the thing I was...
That was where you started from. You see, I do listen.
Yeah. No, I don't remember what the thing I was going to say. I don't remember what I was going to say now. That's the problem I have. So, do you know, so many times now, I walk into a room and it's like, why am I walking... What am I doing in here?
And how old are we now? We 33 now?
34. I've lost it. Do you know?
34?
I'm 34. Yeah.
Oh,
You're behind the times of the podcast.
We've been together a long time. I think you're in your late 20s when you found
Yeah, something like that. But you know what? Fair play. But, years ago, I did much damage to my brain to the point where it's now virtually useless. It can't retain anything, which is why I'm struggling to learn this flipping Japanese because nothing will go in.
I'm very impressed with the Japanese.
It ain't happening though. It isn't happening.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah, konnichiwa. I can say that, and that's about it.
That's all I can remember.
I was trying to read some Japanese letters today.
Is that possible?
Yes, it is, and I can sort of do it a little bit, but not as good as I should. And I was cheating. I've got a cheat sheet with me that has all the letters on. But my girlfriend was doing it quicker than me, and I was like, oh, for God's... And I did get...
Is she younger than you?
Yeah.
Much?
Well, no, not much.
Still got brain cells?
Yeah, she's still got... But I got to the point where she was doing it quicker than me, I went... And I closed my book, I went, right, I'm going to go and play some computer games. I'm not doing this anymore. I got really peed off with her for doing it better.
You got the hump, didn't you?
I got the hump.
You threw your toys out the pram.
I certainly did, Jackie.
Oh, gosh. And finally...
Yes.
You asked me to check my log for a girl in Enfield.
Oh, yeah, Gemma?
Can't find her. Sorry.
Oh, Jackie used to make notes on all of the callers that called her. Well, maybe she never existed. Maybe it's all just in my head.
It could be, but she's not on my log.
Really?
I did give up the log a little while ago.
But she was on Gemma with a G or with a J?
I tried both. I actually did a search on Enfield, first of all. Couldn't find it. Then I did G and then I did J.
How disappointing.
I know, it is.
Well, Jackie, thank you for that.
My pleasure. Lovely to speak to you.
Bye-bye. I cut her off. Oh, well, never mind. Some you win, some you lose. Zara.
Hello.
Hey, man. Dig it.
What?
Dig it.
Yeah, I do. I dig it. What am I digging?
Just it, man. Just dig it, man.
Okay,
Yeah,
I will.
nice.
When I'm ready.
Okay.
That Krishna veggie restaurant that you were talking about.
Yeah, near Soho Square.
Exactly.
Yes.
I go there practically every week.
Right.
Well, what?
Is it... Sorry, I thought you were saying it as though you had something else to say. Is it any good?
Yeah, I like it, yeah.
What is it? Is their food a little bit simple?
What do you mean simple?
Well, basic. I'm not saying that. Not saying they're thick. I'm saying is it? What? All right, look. God,
Not really. They do.
Why have you come on with an attitude?
Well, I don't have an attitude.
What is the food there?
They do think it's all vegetarian, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
They do things like veggie lasagna and salad.
Yeah. Okay.
And they do like a ghee burger.
Oh yes.
And salad.
Yeah.
But they don't have that much options. They've got usually about 4 different things.
Yeah.
But it's all tasty.
Is it cheap?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. Maybe
It's about £3.50 for like a whole meal.
For some reason, I'm a little bit scared about going in there.
I know. I was when I first went there. But I went with a friend who'd already been once, so
Right.
she could reassure me that.
And everything's fine, and they don't try and convert you or anything.
No, no. Although last week I think it was,
There's a little bit.
it was Krishna's birthday, and so they had a stall outside.
A little bit birthday cake for him.
Well, they were saying, come on inside to like their rooms upstairs above the restaurant, and they were saying, come in because it's Krishna's birthday and we're having a big celebration and stuff. And we sort of said, no, it's all right, thanks.
Yeah.
No, we'll just have the food and then.
Because you know when they stop you in the street and they give you those books, you have to pay for them. It turns out.
Really?
Yeah, I took one of those books and they said, "Oh no, sir, excuse me, you actually have to pay for that." Well, in that case, then you can keep it.
God doesn't come cheap.
But is a religion? Is it?
Yes, but that won't affect the food. I don't think they sort of instill it with
The Holy Spirit of Krishna.
Hey, listen, right, I've just taken out of the fridge hummus, right?
Yeah, right.
I haven't opened it yet.
Right.
It says used by the 9th of September.
Oh, bin it.
But I haven't opened it yet.
Bin it.
You don't think it'll still be fresh?
No, it will not be fresh. Of course it won't. It's 8 days out of date.
Hold on. Yeah, I've just taken the cardboard bit off. It's got orange bits on it.
Yeah, I went to the fridge yesterday.
Oh, you did?
There's
the nightclub in Brixton?
No.
That's still going?
No, the white good in my kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
So I went in.
That was me putting it in the bin.
Good, well done. I went in there, I thought, oh, look, there's a bit of cheesecake. Oh, there's a whole new cheesecake, and there's some custard. I thought, fantastic. So I had big slice of cheesecake and custard.
I think you said couscous.
No, custard.
Oh, okay.
A custard on cheesecake, so decadent, gorgeous.
Nice.
And then I went back, and I thought, well, a bit more. Well, let me just look at the box. It was 4 days out of date.
That's okay.
No, it's not okay, though. You shouldn't be eating cheesecake.
Were you ill?
No.
Okay, well, that's all right then.
Psychologically,
All right.
it's affected me.
I had some citron lemon slice cake thing today.
Nice one. Well, thanks for calling.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, so there we go. We're entering one of our cakes. Right, 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. What are we talking about? For some reason, we're talking about Krishna Restaurant now off Soho Square, which is good. No one has yet put forward a good case for London Fashion Week. No one. One woman actually phoned up and said, well, if we didn't have London Fashion Week, there'd be more crime. What? That was a genuine argument. 0870 9090 973. It's the last 30 minutes of the show, so now is a very, very good time to give me a call.
OK, so I've got rent for the shop, lease on the new delivery van, coffee machine for all the late nights, my ad in the paper, slap-up dinner for Sarah because I've been working late, cost of business banking. Oh,
At Lloyds TSB, we understand what it can be like when you're starting out. So we'll give you 18 months free day-to-day business banking to help get your business up and running. Maybe that's why more startups choose Lloyds TSB than any other bank. Visit lloydstsb.com/mybusiness. For free day-to-day business banking, all we ask is that you keep your account within agreed limits. Lloyds TSB. For the journey.
On 97.3
DAB
and online.
London's biggest conversation. LBC.
It's 9:30. I'm Holly Holland. Initial blood tests on sheep on a farm in Surrey have suggested a new case of foot and mouth disease. That's according to DEFRA. The affected livestock are on a site within the existing protection zone. All animals are to be slaughtered and further tests are being carried out. If you have money within Northern Rock, your cash is guaranteed. That from the government tonight. Follows another day in which people have been queuing outside branches to remove their savings, with the bank's share price dropping more than 35%. And the crisis appears to be spreading as the value of Alliance and Leicester shares have fallen by more than 30%. A man who was found dead at the Travel Lodge at Heston service station on the M4 has been named by police as Gareth MacDonald. The 30-year-old from North Wales was discovered on Saturday. He died from head injuries. The man is still speaking to detectives in connection with the inquiry into his death. And 38,000 people have signed up to take part in the London Freewheel this Sunday. It's the second largest sporting event in our city after the marathon. Dozens of roads will be closed off between London Bridge and St James's Park for anyone who wants to cycle round London without the traffic. And in London's travel news, expect delays around Tottenham as 2 lanes are closed on Ferry Lane outside Tottenham Hale train station because of repair works. And in London's weather, any showers will die out, leaving a dry night. Towards the east of London, there could be a couple of light showers, though, and there'll be lows of 5 degrees Celsius. You with LBC, it's 9:31.
When is a good deal not a good deal on car insurance?
Table 5, now! When you pay more for a policy through some of those price comparison websites than if you'd gone direct to the insurer. That's bumped!
Direct Line has always cut out the middleman, so the price you see is the price you pay. You'll only get our quotes from directline.com or our UK-only call centres.
That's better.
Direct Line, a good deal better.
LBC 97.3.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Okie dokie. Ah, yes. 0870. No, I'm surprised I've made it this far without eating. But goddamn it, apparently there's going to be a curry waiting for me when I get home from the Indian restaurant up the road. 0870 90 90 97. How come the phones have gone mental? It's been quite busy tonight, in all honesty. The last 30 minutes been a little bit quiet, then suddenly the phones have gone mental. Who's been here the longest? Giselle has. Hello, Giselle.
Hello, Ian. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good.
What can I do for you?
Well, I just was calling about the Hare Krishna restaurant, but I think you've had that conversation already.
Well,
Don't be mean about the Hare Krishnas. They're not strange. They're just an order of Hinduism.
Well, no, hang on. I didn't say they were strange.
Well, you sort of had that sort of tone in your voice.
Well, no.
You'll end up in outer space.
No, I didn't. I had no tone like that at all.
Okay.
I said that they were the only people I was quite happy to stop me in Oxford Street.
Say that. I agree with you.
Well, no, well, exactly. I take offence at you thinking I was being offensive towards the Krishnas.
Well, you were saying maybe they're an order. You know, like the Franciscans or the...
Well, no, I was asking. I didn't know if they were a religion or a cult or what. I was asking. That's not offensive. That's asking.
No, I'm not saying you're offensive. They're not. They're an order of the Hindu religion. They're Krishna devotees, so they pray to Krishna rather than Ganesha or Vishnu or Shiva.
Okay, well there we go. Excellent. Is their food any good? That's the most important question.
And if you go around the National Gallery on a Saturday, they'll be standing there and they'll give you free dal and rice and stuff like that.
Excellent stuff. I shall check it out, Giselle. Thank you for that.
There you go.
Bye bye. Well, she left an unhappy customer, didn't she? We fell out over the Krishnas. Oh, Alan, do you do the pools?
Well, I kind of do, but not in the way that you believe that we do it. If you go into most betting offices, they'll have a slip that looks like the old-fashioned pool slip.
Yeah.
So you'll have people in there from 18 up to 80 doing it.
Right.
So it's you can play like you did on the pools, but normally what it is a perm. 5 aways, 5 homes, 5 draws, whatever you want to do.
So the pools man no longer exists?
Not the way we know it. I think you could do it postally. You could do 4 months, 5 months, or a standing order. But I don't know of a Poolsman coming around anymore, no.
And is there any skill to it, or is it pure...
No, there's an amazing amount of skill to it. Amazing amount.
So what are you marking? You're marking on score draws, are you?
Yeah, I mean, for that position, you're marking either for a win, like home win, away win, or a draw.
Okay.
I mean, for that position, if you had Liverpool playing... I'm not going to cause disarray here, but if Liverpool playing, say, don't get the lower bottom of the division, then you would say maybe if they're at home, they're the most probably win.
Right.
Like, take Fulham. Fulham last year didn't win an away game anywhere.
Football all of a sudden, yeah?
But then at home they're great. But, you know, it's your skill and knowing how the team plays with the members there. I mean, the members, i.e. the footballers that are playing that day, so on and so forth.
Right.
There are people that win regular.
All right. And do you ever win anything?
Yeah, but mostly on the horses, man.
Oh, so you're a little bit of a gambler, are you?
Yeah, and I spoke to you many ages ago about roulette, long time ago.
Oh, yes, I do remember you, Alan.
Yeah, I spoke to you.
Are you up since we last spoke, or down? Or just about even?
I think I'm just about holding my own. I think I'm a little bit behind. But
there we go. Whenever a gambler says, "Oh no, I'm just breaking even," you know they're quite a bit down.
Well, not quite. I'm a bit behind. That's all. I've got to be honest with you.
Good lad, Alan. Listen, thank you for that, mate. Cheers, boss.
All right, then. Cheers.
Bye bye. Whenever a gambler says, "Oh yeah, I'm a professional gambler," just holding my own at the moment. You know they're down. They're down because if they've made any profit, then they'll bang on about that. 0870. Chris, you don't spell Krishna like that. It's Krishna, not Krishna, N-O-R. That's Krishna, there we go. 0870. I wasn't being rude about the Krishnas. That woman's annoying me slightly. I wasn't being rude. I may have said they were strange. I didn't mean it like that. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number. If we can find out before the end of the show whether the Pools man still exists, with a man that comes round and collects the Pools money, that would be kind of... I don't think they can. Yes, Chris?
He used to come on the same day as the Avon lady.
Wait, I don't really remember the Avon lady. I don't know if we had that on the Britwell estate. We had Tupperware parties. Is there no Tupperware parties?
Hang on, parties about Tupperware?
Yeah, exactly, man. It's like Ann Summers parties, right? Where, you know, it's women and they have, like, sex toys and lingerie and stuff like that. I'm saying that. I've never been to one. I'm guessing that's what goes on. But it was Tupperware. And so you'd go round, you'd have a few glasses of wine, some nibbles, some sausages on sticks, and then the host would go, right, well, OK, well, while we're all here, have a look at this. This is the new range of Tupperware. Now, it's great because you put your food in here, and what you have to do is you put it in and you put the lid on and you just burp it, because you burp the Tupperware. You just burp it to get all the air out. Now, that will keep those sandwiches fresh for at least 3 days.
Is the party food served in Tupperware?
Probably. It should be. Man, can we have a Tupperware party? That's what we want here at LBC 97.3 is a Tupperware party. 0870 90 90 973. Bill!
Evening.
Hello, Bill.
All right, Ian.
Where are you?
I'm in the back of my lorry waiting for my load.
It sounds like you're at the rehearsal for Stomp.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind stomping on a few of these idiots.
Right. What can I do for you?
Yeah, that woman who had a best before.
Yeah, the hummus. It was 4 days. No, it was 9 days out of date.
Yeah, no. Well, the thing is, you've got a best before date, and then you've got a used before date.
Right.
So if you eat something after it says used, then that's bad. But if you eat something before the best date, then that's fine. But if you eat it after the best date, that's still fine. It just doesn't taste as good as when you would eat it before the best.
I thought they had the display date, display until,
yeah, that's right,
and use before.
Yeah, but if you look, some of them say best before and use before.
No, they don't say both.
I do.
No, they don't say both.
Of course they do. Like me, it will say best before, used before. Well. I do.
Bill, what are you unloading there?
I'm loading.
What are you loading?
Letters.
Oh, the post, is it?
Yeah.
What a stupid question. I've just asked you the most stupid question. What are you loading letters? The post, is it? I'm an idiot, Bill.
Well, no, you're a nice bloke, Ian.
Cheers, fella. Thank you for that.
Ian.
Yes, sir.
It is best before and used before.
All right, we get the point. I don't know. What are you loading? Letters. The post, is it? How stupid am I? Very stupid. Have any pools men called in yet, Chris, to say, yes, I collect the pools?
No pools man.
I guess the pools man doesn't exist. I guess that would have died in the 80s.
Could be a pools lady.
It could be, well, 21st century and equality for all, even girls. Ash!
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Ash.
Krishna Restaurant.
Yeah.
It's very good.
This is the one in Soho Square?
Yes, it's an excellent restaurant, but if you want to eat for less than a tenner,
Yeah.
Indian food, and you like it,
Yeah.
go to a place called Zucconi's. I think there's one in Green Street in East London,
Yeah.
and there's one in Ealing Road.
Right. Do you work there?
No, I don't work there. I'm just saying it's very good.
There was a little hesitation there, Ash.
Yeah, I'm desiring a part-time job there. I'm looking for one.
Oh, all right.
No, they have a really good buffet. I was there the other week, and it was excellent.
Good lad. Thank you very much for that. There we go. We've done the restaurant thing last week. Let's not do that again. We just we just happened to have stumbled upon the hummus bar and the Krishna restaurant. No one's called. No one's told me where to get an electric skateboard from. Why is that? I thought that we had one kid phone up, and then we lost his signal. This guy, you can tell I'm approaching, if not at middle age. The fact that I'm finding things like electric skateboards exciting. Jeez. But he looked kind of cool, I wouldn't mind one. But I don't know how easy they are to steer them. They are. There's the one which I've seen on telly. In fact, I voiced over a programme once that had this, where you get a remote control, or you get a control that does the speed. But the other ones, if anyone can tell me where I can get one from and how easy they are to ride, 0870 90 90 973. I'll be very keen. I've got a load of other stuff here that I meant to do today. We'll have to do this tomorrow. I don't want to. I'm tempted to throw something in, but I don't want to waste it. So, God damn it, we won't waste it. Oh, back to Fashion Week. It's Nick.
Good evening.
Hello, Nick.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah,
You all right?
I'm all right. I'm very hungry, but hopefully in 50 minutes I'll be sitting down to a takeaway curry.
Excellent. I'm doing much the same
That's
with a
the
large
plan.
cobra.
Oh, well done, you. Good lad.
Just about this Fashion Week.
Yes, pointless, isn't it?
Well, I would like to see some of the outfits on, during your normal working day, like those sort of half dresses with no top.
They are. A lot of the outfits are ridiculous, and you think, well, what is the point of making those clothes? Because no one is going to wear them.
Titillation.
Well, it is a bit, isn't it? But even because some of them are so extreme that even like famous people aren't going to wear them outside of the wherever they're doing the fashion show.
Yeah, you don't exactly see someone in a transparent three-piece suit, do you? For instance.
Oh, can you get that nowadays?
Well, cling film, I think.
I wouldn't mind. Do you remember in the late 80s when there was a big thing about bin liners and everyone was wearing bin liners?
Yeah.
It's a messed up
I do
thing.
indeed remember that.
And,
anyway, that's my two pence.
Well, Nick, God bless you for that.
Nice one.
Cheers, boss. Bye-bye. Tony.
Hello, Ian. All right.
Yeah, good.
Ian, have you seen this Miami Ink tattoo program on Discovery?
Miami. Oh, I've heard about it. No, I haven't seen it, though. Any good?
It's going to be a London Ink.
Right.
I've never had a tattoo in my life. Never had no interest. Oh, what an addictive program. I sat and watched it glued for an hour and a half yesterday and wanted more.
So what is so good about it?
Oh, the tattoos that they do. No, I just thought a tattoo is where they just stick and just do silly things on you. Oh, you want to see the artwork that they put on these people's
But
bodies.
is it a drama or is it a documentary?
No, it's a real-life thing inside a tattoo shop.
Right.
Real-life people come in and have their tattoos done for dead people where they're having memories. Oh, what a fantastic... Oh, I can't believe it. What a toxic format.
Tony, calm down. Why have you got so excited about it?
I don't know. I'm addicted. It's addicted me already. I'm addicted to it already.
Are you... Is this making you tempted, do you think, to get one done?
Definitely.
Really?
Definitely. Turning me. I've never had a tattoo. I've never had no interest. I think they look muggy.
Tony's gone bonkers.
I'm telling you. And about the diving...
Yeah.
What about the other sort of diving? Do you like that?
Yeah, the skydiving, Tony, thank you. Nigel.
Ian.
Yes, boss?
First of all, I hope and I wish your sister and her forthcoming child every health and happiness.
Well, thank you for that.
Delivered.
Thank you for that. Yes, I'm very, very excited. We're all very excited.
Is that a first baby?
It's a second. So we've got a little 2.5-year-old, little Dylan, and then we've got a little girl on the way now. So
I bet little Dylan's excited, isn't he?
he is. He's sort of aware what's going on, and he's looking forward to it. Yeah.
Well, there you are. So there'll be lots of sleepless nights for everybody.
Yes, brilliant.
Now,
yes, sir.
Harry.
Yes.
A friend of mine is a very large meat wholesaler.
Right.
And he always tells me never eat out in a restaurant on Monday nights because they don't get fresh deliveries of meat until Tuesday at the earliest.
So hang on, you're saying that meat has been there for 6 days?
Well, it's been there for 2 or 3 days because the deliveries at the weekends generally.
Oh, well, luckily I'm a vegetarian, so I'm going to be all right.
Oh, you'll be all right then, won't you?
Yeah, I shall be sorted, sir. I shall be sorted. Nigel, I'm going to go. It's good to talk to you again, mate. Thank you very much for that. 0870 9090 973. It's 9:45. We've nearly finished the show. Clive Bull's on at 10 o'clock, as you know. 15 minutes left after this. It's the travel news now. It's Alan Joyce.
And if you're heading onto the trains, better news now. Virgin and Silverlink county services returning to normal in and out of Euston following those signalling problems earlier on. But on the tubes, a reminder that in about 15 minutes from now, the Victoria line will be completely suspended again because of the regular planned engineering works. Good news is, though, all the other tube lines are running OK just now. On the roads, again, not too many problems this evening. Delays, though, around Tottenham because of roadworks on Ferry Lane, just outside Tottenham Hale Station. The roadworks in Clapton have been causing delays all afternoon and evening as well so far. Up Clapton Road, busy approaching the roadworks just by the Lee Bridge roundabout. Delays around Sydenham because of roadworks on Sydenham Road. It's following a burst water main. They've now set up some temporary traffic lights at the scene there, so it will be slow both ways, obviously. And the traffic light's not working on Armoury Way in Wandsworth, just by the Frogmore Junction. Motorway's looking OK this evening, but don't forget, if you are planning on travelling and you want to check out some of the overnight roadworks, you can log on to the travel pages of our website. Just go to lbc.co.uk and then click on the travel pages from there. LBC 97.3 Travel. There's more throughout the evening.
I can drop dead at any moment. I have 2 beautiful twin daughters. One is black and one is white.
I've been married for 2.5 years and I met my wife 2 weeks ago.
You couldn't make me up with Nick Ferrari at breakfast. All this week at 10 to 9. LBC 97.3. If you're serious about investing in property, the Property Investor Show is for you. There are over 120 seminars and more than 300 exhibitors, from house builders to estate agents to mortgage lenders and property experts. So if you want to invest in property, residential or commercial, at home or abroad, don't miss the Property Investor Show at XL from the 21st to the 23rd of September. Register at lbc.co.uk for your free tickets. The Property Investor Show, serious about property, with LBC 97.3. Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Oh, come on now. Fantastic stuff here. Let's go to Janet. Hello, Janet.
Hiya.
How's it going?
Fine, thanks. I found an electric skateboard for you. I think I have, anyway.
Oh, go on.
There's a company called Extreme Sports.
Yeah.
They're based in St Ives in Cornwall.
Oh, yeah.
They deal by mail and by post.
Yeah, yes.
My daughter got a skateboard for her daughter through them.
Yeah.
They do every kind of skateboard you can think of.
So, did your daughter get an electric skateboard?
No, she didn't get an electric one herself, but she said they do every single skateboard you can think of.
Oh. I wouldn't mind getting... So she's got a normal skateboard?
Well, it's... I wouldn't say it was normal.
What's so different about it?
It's supposed to be a very sporty one. It's quite expensive.
Sporty? In what way?
I don't know, really. I don't know much about them. I suppose because it's streamlined or something. It's supposed to go faster than a normal one.
Oh, OK. It's all very complicated, the world of skate. I remember when I was at school, skateboards made a bit of a resurgence. After being big in the 70s, and they kind of got big again in the 80s for a little while. But it's all very complicated, and I don't really understand. I had what was called a market board, which meant my dad had got it from the market, and I was teased mercilessly for having a market board. Flippin' heck.
I think we had one from there as well.
Yes, I wasn't very good at it. Janet, listen, thank you for that.
That's all right.
Cheers, bye-bye. Let's go to Jim. Hello, Jim.
Yes, good evening, Ian.
Good evening, Jim.
Your electric skateboard.
Yes, boss.
Just outside of Aldershot is a place called Blackbush Airport, and next to that, on every Sunday, they have a Sunday market.
Yeah.
They sell hundreds of them.
Oh, hang on, we're back to getting them. I can't buy a market board.
Why not?
I used to get bullied at school for having a market board.
A market board? What are you talking about?
A board from the market.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, this is it. I used to get bullied for having one.
Oh, for goodness sake. You wanted an electric skateboard?
Yeah, but I want a decent one. I don't want one from a market.
Well, why not? They're good. It's what you pay. What you get what you pay for.
Well, exactly.
You pay money for it. They do expensive ones and they do cheap ones.
Yeah, but you get what you pay for.
Well, this is right. You do that with everywhere, don't you? Even at that place the lady said just now, down in Cornwall.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen. That's what it is. It's a nice show. Have a good evening. I've got to go because I'm on a promise.
Well, good luck, Jim. Good luck. Hope it goes well.
Good night.
Bye-bye. I don't quite know what's going on. How did we start talking about London Fashion Week and end up talking about Jim being on a promise? No one... You've got 11 minutes, 10 minutes if you want to. No one has called in and given us any good justification for London Fashion Week. No one has said anything that has made us think it's worth having. It's the biggest load of self-indulgent tosh ever. If you disagree, you can, of course, give us a call in the last 9 minutes of the show. 0870 90 90 973. Oh, hang on a second. Ronan?
Hello?
How's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Do you own the hummus bar?
I am one of the hummus brothers, that's right.
He's one of the hummus brothers, ladies and gentlemen. We've been talking about him all night. He's finally... Ronan, how long have you been there?
About 2 years now.
How come I just walked past it and noticed it today? I've never noticed it before.
You've been missing out, man. The whole area knows.
Well, this is it. I mentioned it. Everyone went, oh, yeah, that's been there for ages. What are you doing? I'd never noticed it before. Now, when I walked past it, I didn't have much time for a look, so I was a bit of a rush. On the window, it had instructions or something, does it?
Yeah, it has instructions for how to eat it. Because most people who come in, they... for some reason, they think that we serve just all types of hummus mixed in with different things.
Right.
Well, just setting the record straight, the hummus is the same.
Yeah.
But we put different toppings on it. For example, chicken or mushrooms or fava beans, etc., etc.
So
and you get pita bread on the side.
But let me get this right. It's just hummus. You don't do anything else. You don't do like burgers or.
No. The main courses are hummus as a base, and you choose a topping in the middle.
I love it.
And then you scoop it up with warm pita bread.
I love it.
And there's some side salads, Greek salad, tabbouleh, etc. But the main, the star of the show is hummus.
It's
and
hummus.
Topping.
And Ronan, how did you come up with the idea of this? Of just going, I know what, let's just sell hummus. Because it's a genius idea. I'm not knocking it. I'm a big fan of hummus.
Mm-hmm. Well, have you ever found yourself just having hummus in your fridge and just eating it with everything, literally?
Yeah, I love it. I can put it on anything, yeah.
Well, exactly. That's what it was. We were in university, and me and my friend who's called Christian. He's not actually my brother.
I was about to say, you're not real brothers then, are you?
We're not real brothers, but he looks like me, and people just asked us if we're brothers, so we said, well, it's fitting to call it Hummus Brothers.
Yeah.
And we ate it with everything at university. It was cheap food, and we just had it with everything.
Now, who makes the hummus? You or the other fella?
Sorry?
Who makes the hummus?
Well, we both started by making it. I mean, now there's other people as well making it with us, but we started by selling it in markets, in Spitalfields, in Hampstead Market. We just made it on Sunday.
Yeah.
Early in the morning, went to the market. First time we sold it, we made about 10 kilos. We sold that in about 10 minutes, and the next time we came with 60, and that took about 5 hours.
I've just been sent an email, Ronan, saying that David Schwimmer from Friends loves you. Is that true?
Yeah, actually, we've been getting some radio coverage lately. He was on London radio, I think about 2 weeks ago, and they asked him where he goes to eat, and he said, yeah, there's this hummus bar on Wardour Street. And for some reason, the presenters were more knowledgeable about us than him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he comes in all the time, but with a cap on and tries not to be noticed.
Yes, but you can't miss David Schwimmer. He's a big gangly fool. Everyone would spot him. Has he still got the... Last time I walked past him, he had a massive beard.
Yeah, he's got a beard, and I don't know if it's a massive beard, but it's definitely a thick stubble.
Yeah.
And with a cap, and he covers his eyes properly, and he likes a Greek salad. We have special toppings like Thai green chicken curry right now, which is one of his favorites. So yeah.
Hey Ronan, listen. Here's the question. This is the important question.
Mm-hmm.
If I come in, because I've done a whole 2 hours about you, can I get some free hummus?
It's a difficult question.
Well, it's not. The answer's yes. You just answer yes, Ronan. That's all you need to say.
Yes.
A good lad. Ronan, listen, mate, thank you so much. I'm going to come in next week. You don't have to give it to me for free. I can hear the pain there, but I'm going to come in and get some.
Excellent.
Cheers, man. I'll say hello. Thanks a lot for that.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. There we go. Did you hear that? Put on the spot. Give it to me free. You've had 2 hours free public... No, I'm not going to... Miserable so-and-so. Excellent. I'm going to go in there next week and get some. I fancy hummus now. I just fancy hummus. Bit of mushrooms on the top, nice bit of Greek salad, bit of feta. Yes, please. Thank you for that, Ronan. Good stuff. 0870 90 90 973. Last few minutes of the show. We'll speak to James and Chris after this.
Are you disappointed with your endowment policy? Have you received a letter saying your endowment may not pay off your mortgage? If so, and you're thinking of surrendering your policy back to the life company, make sure you call AAP first to see how much more it could be worth. David Taylor from Oxford sold his policy through AAP and used the money to pay off his mortgage.
I'd asked my life company how much I could get for my policy. They told me £16,000. I called AAP and I got nearly £2,000 more. It was simple and quick and AAP handled everything without any charge.
David is one of thousands who've sold their endowment policies through the UK's largest buyer. Call AAP now on 0845 073 1960. That's 0845 073 1960.
Iain Lee's Good Evening.
Hello, James.
Hi, mate, you alright?
Yeah, fine, thank you. What can I do for you?
Fashion Week. It's not just about, stupid dresses and bin bags and women with very small breasts.
Yeah.
It's, they do a lot of good stuff, there.
Well, like what?
Well, for instance, they work with a lot of sort of charities and things like Beat. They work for the people who've got eating disorders and bulimics and that.
But they could do that anyway. Those supermodels could do that anyway. You don't need to have a fashion week to do that.
True. It's very clever what they do, though. You're right. 25% of it is the glitzy, glamoury, completely ridiculous, over the top prima donnas and the gay designers, and it's all very. You're never going to wear half of it. But under the scenes, they have the everyday kind of clothing exhibitions. You don't ever see them on the telly, but they're there.
Yeah.
It's a massive, great big thing. But it's more about bringing business to London and England, and it's what it is. It's just a week-long advertisement for Great Britain.
James, listen, I've got to go. Thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. We're running out of time. That's why we'll go. Let's go to Chris. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Ian.
Yes, sir.
The electric skateboards.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Urbanmover.com.
Urbanmover.com.
They make all sorts of little electrical things to go on, like push bikes and mopeds and skateboards.
Yeah.
And they usually got something featured on the Gadget Show every year.
All right.
And I believe they might have some videos on their website as well.
How much do you reckon I'd expect to pay for one of these then?
That I'm not too sure because my computer's broken. So I had a quick look on my PDA.
Okay.
But the website's a bit too powerful.
Hey, aren't Apple announcing tomorrow? Sorry to go off on a slight tangent. That they're going to release the iPhone in this country.
I expect so.
You're not that keen?
I don't know. Apple a little bit limited.
Oh, okay. Well, Chris,
I like all the all my files are in the other format.
Okay. Well, Chris, listen. Thank you very much for that.
Aye, no problem.
Cheers, bye-bye. he was a Welsh, was he? Yeah, aye, no problem. I think that Apple are making an announcement tomorrow, and I think it's going to be that the iPhone's coming out. And do you know what? I might just treat myself. Anyway, we did it, and I think it wasn't bad for the first show of the week. If you missed it tonight, it sounded like this. What is the point of doing it? It's just the most ridiculous thing. John, you'd never do a skydive, would you?
Absolute bonkers.
I was confident enough with Abby Titmus this afternoon to go in for the double kiss. It's London Fashion Week! I couldn't give a stuff.
It's about fashion.
Right.
Last week.
Yeah.
London.
Right.
That's all I know.
Yeah, that's right, kids. We're going to do gun crime. We really are. Because there's a glass cell that's doing the tours of Brixton and gun crimes to stop kids using guns. Oh, yeah, that'll work. That's not going to scare kids into not having guns. What you want is you want a big dude called Bubba who said, "You're mad now, pretty boy." You want something like that. That's what you want.
Yeah, well...
If you get a yoghurt...
You did a little Betsy.
Yeah.
Electric skateboards. Where the hell do I get one? I want one. It's just hummus, is it? Is that it? It's just hummus.
Yeah, honestly, it's just madness.
Is it madness or is it hummus? Don't blow your life away. Don't blow your life away, kids. If we've learnt anything today, it's that, I think. Oh, dear. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Agent Chris. That's it. I'm back tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Clive Bull is up next. Is there anything else I need to say? No. 0870 90 90 973 is the phone number if you want to call Clive. I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, thank you.
On 97.3
DAB
and online.
London's biggest conversation. LBC.
At 10, there are fears Foot and Mouth has returned to Surrey. Government guarantees Northern Rock deposits. And O.J. Simpson faces charges over alleged armed robbery. It's 10 o'clock. I'm Holly Holland.